Welcome to Strongest Style, a pro wrestling podcast. I'm your host, the living legend, Logan Hurston, also known as the former Strongest Style world champion, because one of my co-hosts, the gimmick killer, Cooper Prater, is the new Strongest Style world heavyweight champion. Cooper.
Thank you for the introduction. I am so happy to come on here and talk about my favorite Japanese wrestling tournament that takes place in March. I'm of course referring to the Japanese Sumo Association's Haru Basho, in which the Rising Dragon Hoshoryu will take his place as the one true Yokozuna.
We're going to get there one day, brother. Don't worry. We're going to get there one day.
I will die making this podcast a sumo podcast.
It is funny. You're like, on the last one, it's like in the off season. There is no off season for wrestling. Like, there is always something.
Exactly, I know.
You keep waiting, buddy. You keep waiting. Also, our lovely co-host. He is a giant. We finally got him shipped back from Florida, Mr. Jack Dudley.
Yes, sir. The booking here is terrible. I've been pitching my new idea to the man in charge. I get the belt and then I beat everybody.
You know what? If it draws houses, brother, if we can get our audience in India back for that, we'll do it. We'll do it.
Yes.
If that's what they want to see.
We are desperate.
That's what they need to hear.
We'll put the belt on our equivalent of Dan Severn.
He's our Andre, bro. He's our Andre. He never loses. Never got body slammed except for that one time. Ever. Mm-hmm. Period. All right. Welcome, man. It's fun. Last fun week of wrestling. Got the pay-per-view, AEW Revolution 2026, coming from Los Angeles, California. I can't believe that I didn't pick Jack Perry to win. This was in LA.
I was so proud of that one.
Yeah. You said it, but I was like, well, if he's going to say it, I guess I'll take Ricochet because I don't want to. And then we also got New Japan Cup in the full swing. Yujiro had a great match, apparently. Did we talk about that last week?
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, a lot of the matches. This week was a lot better for the Cup, just in general. And yeah, the Yujiro match was honestly very fun. It was way better than the fucking Chase Owens match. He actually kind of tried a little bit, and there were some good spots. And we'll talk about it later, but it was great.
I don't know why you're shocked. It was great. That's the biggest baby face in professional wrestling, brother.
No, fair enough.
We have a bunch of wrestling news, as always, but also, for the first time, only 3 weeks behind schedule, as always, because I put it together. The Strongest Style finisher bracket has been made, and I am proud to announce.
You know, that's
go ahead.
It's how the business works, Logan. You gotta let things play out. All right, just drop little teases every once in a while, and then maybe if the audience is good enough, then you give it to them. That's what Paul Levesque taught me, at least.
I am proud to announce that when I did make the bracket, I did put the heart punch in 3 times over. So I would not have caught that. If you would not have looked, Cooper, I would have been like, and the heart punch. Wait a minute. But yeah, well, what happened?
I mean, hey, yeah, shout out Ox Baker, man. Shout out.
I want to say the reason that happened is I had made the bracket and I did mine last because I was like, I want to get everybody else's, because there was a lot of copies, between, well, not a lot, but there was a couple. And so I was like, I'll put mine in. I had like 2 left. I was like thinking of wrestlers and I exited out of the app for 1 second and it all went away. So then I was like, oh no. Yeah. Did not save. And so I literally just started putting them, and I started putting them in a random order because I was like, I want to shuffle them. I don't know if we have a shuffler or not. And that's why the heart punch got in there 3 times. I just kept being like, oh, we got to put in the heart punch. But yeah, so we'll get into that in a second. But first, as always, we have to start off with some wrestling news. Cooper, why don't you take it away? I feel like you have a lot to say here.
Oh boy, do I. Yeah, so literally just today, maybe a couple of hours before we started recording this podcast, it was made official from the CMLL Twitter page that the current CMLL World Heavyweight Champion one Mr. Claudio Castagnoli, the terrorist of the Death Riders and of Arena Mexico. I don't know if you guys watched not the last Friday show, I think, but the one before that. But he was just beating Ultimo Guerrero's ass all up and down Arena Mexico. It was crazy. But yeah, he has finally signed a dual contract with CMLL and AEW, officially making him the first AEW wrestler to sign with CMLL as opposed to the other way around since this partnership started. I am very happy about this news. I think it is really, really good, not just for CMLL, but for Claudio, who, as somebody who has been tapping in to CMLL's product more, in not entirely, but somewhat as a result of his winning the World Heavyweight Championship, I could say he does some of his best work down there, as I think most wrestlers do, quite frankly. There's something about Arena Mexico and just that environment, that audience, that roster that really, I think, just encourages wrestlers who are used to working in other places, like in the States or in Japan, to really, nail down like what it is that they are great at. And for Claudio, it turns out that what he's great at is being a bastard. And so his stuff has been really kind of like must see down there, and so I'm excited to see him maybe spend more time. We know in recent history that a lot of the traffic going the other way from CMLL stars signing with AEW, people like Hechicero, Mascara Dorada, Persephone, as we will later talk about in the show. A very big one also signed the other way. But like, those examples just specifically, I think are good for the overall like relationship between the two companies. But it does have to be said that all three of those names, at least so far in AEW, have been treated very much, as just kind of like solid mid-card acts. You can kind of like stick them in a tag. You can stick them maybe on a Collision main event, but are not yet being integrated as like core pieces of AEW programming. And I think that is a shame and something that AEW should continue to work on, and I hope that in response to this and seeing maybe somebody from their roster have more interest in working more regularly in Mexico, just somewhere else with them. I think maybe I hope that maybe this encourages them to kind of kick things into higher gear with those talents that they also have under dual contract. But yeah, it's a big piece of news, and I'm excited to see what comes out of it.
I think it's also just really good for the wrestling business because, well, for specifically for CMLL and companies like that, because we talk about Japan, but especially Mexico. Like, even if you're under contract, you can quit at any time, and there's no non-compete. And
oh, sure.
And
yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what happened with Vaquer, and having.
Well, she left while she was under contract.
Yeah, she was. Well, the thing is, and like they were talking about it, I saw it earlier with the, what's his name?
Soberano.
Yeah, Soberano Jr. With a lot of his news this week, it's that like if he wanted to, he can just, the people are worrying, he can just quit and go to another company, which is cool, but also is bad for the company. It's good and bad. It's good because I don't think there should be like 90-day non-competes and stuff like that, especially like I believe in workers' rights.
Yeah.
But it is, for a company standpoint, having these guys being contracted in AEW will keep them around. They can't just, if they do want to quit, they can't just quit into WWE. Also, on top of that, especially for CMLL guys, it gives them more money and incentive to stay and to build up their company. Because again, they're probably not going to ever be like a full. Most of them, I don't think, will ever just. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see a lot of these guys just making the full jump to America. But it does put extra money in their pocket, which is ultimately what I'm for. And if I get to see him on TV, if I get to see certain someone we'll talk about later on TV more often, I'll be super pumped, especially if I can see him live. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Bryan Danielson and me are on the same wavelength, But yeah, I think it's very good. This is, I think, the second instance of this for, I guess, an AEW talent. Not for CMLL, but, Takeshita was an AEW talent before he was a New Japan talent.
Yes.
But technically he was a DDT talent before that. So
yeah, Takeshita is has always been in a weird, unique sort of spot.
Yeah. Here's a good question before we move on. Who do you think could be the next CMLL and AEW, as in from AEW to CMLL?
I don't know. Nobody's really been working there as consistently. What about Johnny Mundo?
Yes,
right?
That's Johnny Canseco.
Yeah, Johnny Canseco. He's probably the obvious one. Yeah, he's always loved working the Mexican scene.
I could see Speedball honestly, because him or Kevin Knight, because they've both been going over.
Oh, that'd be so fun. Yeah. Jet Speed's tags have been really good down there. They're good Rudos, turns out.
Bandito.
That's funny.
I would love it. I think it's very unlikely though, actually, for Bandito. I think he really sees a big opportunity to grow his brand in the States, which I think he's right about.
Yeah,
I think, but it would be cool, but I don't think it's unlikely.
Former Death Riders Capitan Matt Sydal when he comes back from injury.
Actually, that maybe. I didn't even know he was injured.
I think he's injured. He hasn't been on TV in forever. Maybe he's just a trainer now, but I'm pretty sure he's injured.
He wasn't on TV even before.
Yeah, but he would still get some every once in a while,
Leo Rush, maybe.
That's true.
Oh my God, bald Leo with the
black heart.
Oh, wow.
We'll just send.
We'll get into it. We'll
send crew down there, and we'll never see him again. Yeah. We'll get into it, but that's the good piece of wrestling news. The big good one from AEW, because we got some negative ones. As always, it feels like every week. Every week there's something. There can never be a perfect week.
Stupid. Yeah.
Ricochet has been making a lot of comments on Twitter as of recently. He's been trying to do his heel shtick. Specifically pointing at fans and doing insults, and it's whatever, same thing that MJF did, but this week he took it a little too far, to the point that I think there was reports that AEW made him apologize to WB, but now it's just saying that he just apologized out of course that's what they're going to say, is that he apologized out of his own. I don't know one way or the other, it doesn't really matter that way, but I don't condone his comments. I think there's a certain level of being a heel versus, just being a jerk.
Sure. Well, we can also not vague and talk about what he actually said, or rather just the conversation that he was having.
I still have it pulled up, so I don't want to quote it without
Yeah, and I don't either, and so I'm not going to quote it. But the gist is that somebody on Twitter was talking about that. I think generally their main deal was that they did not think that Ricochet was a very good actor. Essentially, they didn't like how he presented his character or the way that he presents himself, presents his character in promos and stuff like that. They just didn't find him very convincing, I think, was the gist of their argument. And I don't know if they added him or what, or if he just, was vanity searching, which I would not put it past him. But,
are you sure they weren't replying to him?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't remember what it was, but somehow he found it, and so the person who was commenting apparently has MS, which for those who don't know, multiple sclerosis is a very serious condition that drastically affects a lot of people in both in the States and around the world. A lot of people have family members with it, and it's a really tough thing, as all like chronic illnesses and conditions are. And Ricochet, in his infinite wisdom, decided to dunk on this person, specifically mentioning their condition in his replies, I believe. This is, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you other than that he's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Ricochet just seems like a genuine, I don't know the man. He seems like a total, just absolute dumbass when he does stuff like this. It doesn't even seem. It feels like. Oh, it feels like when you're a fucking kid, and you like just a kid that sees other people doing little pranks and making each other laugh, and then he goes and punches someone in the fucking shoulder or something, trying to get a laugh. Like, that is not the same way. That's not the same.
Just way escalated, beyond what this was.
Right.
As someone who lived in Kentucky for a little bit, this is definitely a guy from Kentucky. Let's just say that. It doesn't shock me. It's just I kind of enjoyed some of his Twitter banter because, people were getting so angry about it. But it's come on, man. Just read the room. MJF's had done stuff that's, close in similar fashion about certain things. But, even him, I don't think would be dumb enough to send, I'm glad you have a chronic disease. It's
I think that, nobody should have Twitter. It's a bad place that does bad things to you. I think that for it being what it is, it is a big kind of forum for lots of people, and you should be allowed to indulge in it if you'd like, except if you are a professional wrestler, in which case I feel like you should have a lifetime ban just off rip. They don't even let you sign up for it. It's there's no good whatsoever that can come from it. And it's and I understand also that a lot of wrestlers too, they like to tweet in character. I think if you treat it like that, then you're the single biggest mark in human history, and really, what are we doing here? I don't I feel no, you are not going to actually work the audience into watching your TV show based off of your dunks.
No, it does
Twitter,
feel like the time for that has passed a little bit. I can understand that thought. There's very little benefit to it, but I generally think, like you said, my gut reactions, I was like, nobody should be fucking public facing on social media at all. You could take that all the way. What is the point to anyone doing this? Just in general.
It does raise the question.
Yeah, for sure. That being said, I do enjoy dumb Marufuji tweeting every once in a while about everything, unless it's AI stuff. He's like, I invented a new move based on CM Punk and Jey Uso's botch. How do you like this?
the only professional wrestlers who we are making an exception for Twitter for are Nyla Rose, Marufuji, and Goto.
Whoa. We don't actually have to make an exception for Marufuji because he uses too much AI stuff. He actually should be banned. Every once in a while, he'll do something good. We should ban him.
No, but the invented move
it's pretty. It justifies it.
I do want to keep seeing it. I do want to keep seeing him say that he invented a move because he saw a CM Punk botch sometime, and he was like, "I could do this."
I believe wrestlers should only have any social media when they retire, and that's just them posting pictures of their old wrestling buddies as mates, like Kenta Kobashi.
That is not what wrestlers talk about when they retire. That is
I like Kenta Kobashi. You just posts pictures with other wrestlers, just the same pose. Him with Superman. That's my type of But Cinderella tournament, I know nothing of this, so you guys are gonna have to.
I mean, I thought it was really good. Hanan was kind of the projected winner. I've talked before about the three sort of sisters that are the big rising stars in Stardom these days. That's Hanan, Hina, and Rina. And Hanan took it actually in the final with Rina to face Konami, who she's been building up to sort of feud with for a little while now. That's the Wonder of Stardom champion, and a lot of times the winner of the Cinderella tournament will go on to face the Wonder champion rather than the world champion, even though technically the stipulation is that you can wish for whatever you really want in the company. I didn't watch every single tournament match. I tried to, but I ended up faltering. But I did watch this final, Hanan versus Rina final, and it was really, really good. The Princess or the Cinderella tournament matches are kind of funny. They are all, even up to the final, have the 15-minute time limit stip. So they are very short matches, and the idea is that you pack a lot into those short matches. And this one was really good, really quick and smart. Rina is one of the smartest workers they really have on the roster. She is great at getting the crowd going. Really, I think Hanan, even though she's the oldest and will probably be the quickest to be pushed of all her sisters, I think she's kind of fallen behind them a little bit. While she's really good and athletic in ring, I think she has a harder time getting the fans behind her as much as the other two do.
I think that might also just be kind of a consequence of being in Stars.
That's fair. She has to be. Yeah. I mean, it's a very much a Shota Umino situation. Like when you're in just the basic like babyface role, you have to play that role instead of Rina, who's like this ultra charismatic member of Hate, and Hina, who's in like the super badass God's Eye.
I watched a couple of the tournament match, and by a couple I mean two. Both had God, I can't believe I cannot even remember how this person's name was pronounced, and we were talking about it like not even 30 minutes ago. I'm so sorry. I'm going to.
That's the Logan special.
No, you're good. You're talking about Tomoka Inaba versus Sayaka Carrara.
Sayaka Carrara. That's who I'm talking about. Yes, Tomoka Inaba. I did see, and I do know how to pronounce her.
Inaba is fucking good.
She's fantastic.
One of the best women's wrestlers around.
She should have fucking won that match, and I'm really mad about it actually. And then I saw Carrara's next match with Rina,
yes.
Which I thought was actually surprisingly better than the Inaba match.
Really?
Yeah. Which I know, very surprising considering my taste.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this about Carrara, I think, has some upside to her.
She is sort of that other one. Like I said, there's the three sisters, and then Carrara has risen up as like, I mean, it makes sense obviously with the storylines they're going with lately. She has been like Tam Nakano's lasting legacy. And
I was about to say, is she the one that had that video thing, like with the shrine and everything, to like Tam Nakano? Okay,
yes.
gotcha.
She was the last person that Tam brought into Cosmic Angels before she, lost that last match, and she's been the most Tam-esque of all of them. She does all the crazy, over-the-top shit, and, it's carrying into the main event of All-Star Grand Queen in this year, too.
Okay, cool, yeah. I think she's got some upside to her. It's still not quite clicking for me, but I think that might be just partially I just don't really like that kind of like presentation that she has. Particularly like it feel in once again like it's the babyface thing it's in Stardom in particular. Like I think their aesthetics for babyfaces are so similar that it does kind of just like make my eyes glaze over at a certain point. But I will say she does do really good at like firing back up when she gets beat down. That's great. I love those bits in her matches. And Rena, who she had, I think, the semifinal match with, or not the quarterfinal match with, just incredible.
She's the best.
Work. Yeah, I really, really dug Rena's stuff here. Jack, I don't know if you'll know the exact answer to the question. Do you know how long Rena's been using the fucking cop killer as her finisher?
As long as I've been watching, which is about a year and a half ago.
Okay, cool. I love it. I think that's great.
Yeah, cop killer. Maybe that'll end up being our winner of this little tournament we're going to do.
Spoiler alert! Just kidding. She should shout "cop killer" right before she does it every time.
Oh my god! Yeah. I guess I should have mentioned it to you all at some point.
That would have gotten me tuning in from the start if I knew that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, Carrara. Well, I remember what I was going to say. Cooper. So if you don't fuck with the like sort of idly baby faces that are in Stardom at the top these days, you should be happy to know that Cosmic Angels is about to be so super dead forever after April is over. Yes. It's getting killed.
Who's like the big person in it right now?
Since Tam left, Cosmic Angels has been co-led by Sariano and Natsupoi. They sort of are the tag team at the top.
Okay, it's Natsupoi's group, and maybe that's why I don't fuck with it. Also,
you don't like Poise?
It's the stuff it's surrounding, man.
That's fair. That's fair. I like Sariano a lot. And then in Cosmic Angels 2 is Yuna Mizumori, who is the current high-speed champion, and then Carrara's tag team partner, Aya Sakura, who's another sort of rookie around her same age.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, maybe, once they disband, they'll find, like, a real faction like God's Eye.
Yeah! God's Eye has like 12 members, and I still want everyone on the roster to join God's Eye.
Exactly. Yeah. Just enter Shuri's, shoot MMA dojo.
Exactly.
And,
they are the fucking best. My favorite rookie, Rana Yagami, won the Future belt at that show, and I couldn't be happier. She is great.
I mean, Hantai has like 27 members. Well, who's saying God's Eye can't have half the roster? I mean,
that's true. That's true. Why the fuck not? Why the fuck not?
Same company.
Is there anything else we wanted to talk about before we jump into the bracket?
Yeah. Anything else news-wise? I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
I think we are ready to finish.
Ha ha ha. Well, welcome to the rich tradition of the what? What are you laughing at, bro?
No, it's fine. It's fine. It is the
rich tradition. Even though we've only done this podcast for 20-something episodes, but the tradition goes back. It's like we're gonna claim WBGL like New Japan claimed the version 4 lineage. You know.
Yes, exactly. Retroactively.
This is...
It's more like how AEW said that Okada became the most winningest tournament wrestler of all time.
If we claim WBGL titles, like, I don't even know how many I have, but there's a lot. There's a lot, brother. But anyway, we've done 2 brackets in the past in another form, in another lifetime, in another podcast. We did the original theme song bracket very early on in our run, around this amount of episodes. That did a similar. We did it over weeks, and I think it went very well. And then we dumbly decided to do the non-WWE theme song bracket, where somehow Crack Addict and My Way, the WrestleMania themes, got in, and it was 128, and we did it all in one. And there's a video of that, I'm pretty sure, on YouTube that you can find.
There
of
is,
like
yes.
2.5 hours of me, Jack, and Noah, Dangbus Phillips, losing our minds. Cooper gave us so many songs and then didn't show up because he wasn't on the podcast anymore. And I will always curse you for that. You made it 128. You're like...
You knew that was
I
going
know,
to happen.
But like I was like, yeah, this is a good idea. Cooper wouldn't lead us astray.
I would say most of the problems with that were not me. I think it's fair to say.
Nope, all your fault. Anyway, we've been talking about doing another bracket for a long time, but we're done with theme songs. We're done with them. Over. Dead. For now. Until we retroactively do the theme song bracket 5 years down the road.
It is kind of my life's mission now to do the good version of the non-WWE theme.
Yeah.
Because I know we can do it.
We definitely could do better than we did.
I mean, Get Ready to Fly won, right? Unless that won, right?
Oh, did it? I do.
I think
don't even.
Cody's Snoop Dogg theme made it to like second place because Jack is a terrorist. So
that's a good song, and it'll happen again if we.
Holy moly! But we decided to do finishers. I think we talked about finishers since we did the original bracket, and then we never got around to it. We were like, we're going to do this every year, and then we didn't do it every year. But we have 64 finishers. 16 are decided by Cooper. 16 are decided by Mr. J.M. Dudley. Or actually, I think 15, because you had one repeat of Cooper's. Around 15 or 16 or 17 are decided by a conglomeration of Alex Houston, former guest on WBGL and personal friend of some of us. Noah Phillips, a close friend to all of us and former host of WBGL. Some Discord people. I don't think anybody replied on Twitter. So, and some Discord people from, I had asked, I don't know if Jack ever asked the New Japan, did Super J-Cast Discord or not. But, I
didn't know I was supposed to.
We didn't talk about free agencies, but it doesn't matter.
I was going to talk about it when we got to the New Japan.
Yeah, we can get it to New Japan. Who cares? And then me, I picked like 16 ones to fill out the bracket. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this started. I'm going to mention the wrestler who makes this move and who picked it. First, we have Western Lariat by Stan Hansen versus the Muscle Buster by Samoa Joe. I believe you picked the Western Lariat, Cooper, and then did you pick? Did you pick?
It was me. I picked Muscle Buster.
Yeah. The two dueling thoughts here. Here's the deal: the Western Lariat is the greatest lariat of all time, but there's a lot of lariats in this bracket, brother. And the Muscle Buster is one of my favorite moves of all time.
Now, okay, Logan, you say that there's a lot of lariats, but is there a better lariat?
That's true. That is true.
I maybe don't think there is.
The problem is these are like
better lariat.
Two of my favorite wrestlers of all time.
Yeah.
And
I've always liked the Muscle Buster a lot, and it's a cool move that is kind of the anti lariat, like you just, for reasons you just said, Logan. That was one that Hansen sort of did, and then it inspired a million imitators. And the Muscle Buster is a popular move that sort of Joe has been able to call his own for his entire career. I'm sure there have been other people that have done it, but it's not been a widespread thing at all.
I love the Muscle Buster. I love pretty much every move in Joe's arsenal. Something that I think will become more apparent as we go down this is that I have a tendency to like moves with less setup.
Yeah.
That can happen kind of spontaneously, with some notable exceptions. I will say a point towards the Muscle Buster as well. What you really have to look at is from like early days Samoa Joe when he pulls this one out, and A, nobody knows how to take it, and B, he doesn't know how to do it, and so he just drops fuckers directly on their head.
Awesome. Awesome.
Those are the good ones. Later on, he gets safe with it and he turns it into more of a backdrop, which is also fine and cool. But the early one really looks like it sucks. Mm-hmm. But once again, I need to stake my case for Stan, the Lariat Hansen's Western Lariat. I mean, the man's fucking named after it. It's put down quite literally every possible great wrestler that you can think of prior to like 2000, right? Like list them off. All of the four pillars have fallen to it. Andre, Hogan, Brody, literally everybody has taken this move. There's just a ferocity to it, a suddenness to it. I love when he, counters somebody else's lariat with it. I think, our logo for our podcast is basically some young boy trying to do the Western lariat.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
Jack, you go first, because these are you two.
Well, oh man, funnily enough, I didn't know you were going to put one of my picks up against such a tough one in the first round.
It was randomized.
I know. I think Cooper kind of won me over. I've been thinking about how much I also appreciate that, like, sort of snap suddenness in a finisher, like especially in King's Road matches, and you can just earlier than that matches with Stan, and it's always such like a oh shit moment, when that happens. It is a feeling unlike, like the dread of seeing a big finisher being set up has a lot of tension to it. It's always exciting. Mm-hmm. But there's something really fun about something like that, and the Western Lariat is one of the oldest sort of and best examples of that. So I think actually I'm going to go against my own pick and go with the Western Lariat to make it out of the first round.
Cooper?
I didn't get an A in public speaking for nothing. So I'm gonna get my own pick here. The Western.
I was gonna go to the Western Lariat anyway. I wanted Jack to pick differently because I had 2 points here. The best finishers to me is something that can be hit on everyone, looks devastating, it has a cool name, but also more importantly, which move didn't end Tyson Kidd's career. So I'm going with the Western Lariat for that main reason.
Good point.
Though I love the Muscle Buster, I was like, well, I can't. I'm like, it's Hansen, man. It's Hansen. So Western Lariat moves on. And our second matchup, we have the Diamond Cutter as picked, I believe, by Mr. Alex Houston versus AA Arn Anderson Spine Buster, specifically Arn Anderson.
And this is including I guess it has to be including its RKO cousin.
No. No.
The RKO is
in the bracket. Yes.
It is.
So we're doing specific wrestlers' versions of moves. Now, you can, if you would like, and there's not a counterpoint, you can akin that to somebody. But I feel like the Diamond Cutter and the RKO are different because of setups.
They are different. I didn't realize that RKO was on it later. I didn't see it. RKO
was a guest pick, so it was not picked by any of us three. I feel like actually, I was surprised. It was not any of the core 5 picked the RKO. Though many people...
We're not basic enough for that.
We're too Randall Keith out.
We're too learned.
I feel like it deserved to be in the bracket, though, because I do agree on like the being out of nowhere aspect. But we'll get into that later. The Diamond Cutter. A move that at its best looks awesome. It can be hit in many different ways on many different opponents. An opponent big or small. Sometimes CDP will throw you up in the air and hit you with it. Sometimes he'll flip you around like Eddie Guerrero. Sometimes he'll put you on his shoulder, TKO style. Or sometimes when he has a bad opponent, he'll just grab you by the head and slam your head down. Versus the Spine Buster. This is my pick. This is my pick right here. And this is hard because I think the Spine Buster always looks great. It's always solid. But now has been used as almost like a transition move. It's to the point why I love Powerhouse Hobbs so much is that he brought it back to its prominence. I think when the Spine Buster is hit well, there's very few moves that look as good as a Spine Buster. It's one that, too, can also be hit out of any motion. You can throw someone off the ropes, or you can just grab them behind and just slam them down, especially a turning Spine Buster. But the Diamond Cutter, while at its peak, looks great, has looked very bad sometimes because some people don't know how to take it. I feel like it doesn't matter if you don't know how to take a Spine Buster. You're taking that because Arn Anderson is making you take it.
Yeah. Arn's
got you, brother. You're going along for the ride. For that reason, I can't pick against my own pick, obviously. So I'm going to go to the Spine Buster, but I'm curious on what you two would go.
I have always liked the Arn Spine Buster. I think it's got that amazing sort of snap to it, and it looks it looks like it fucking hurts, to be honest. It looks like he's really driving you down, and I love just the smoothness of it, the whole action. But I really love the Diamond Cutter. I'm a huge late 90s DDP fan. I grew up kind of because my dad was a Nitro back in the 90s. I grew up watching old WCW that era with him, and DDP was always one of my favorites. He is still one of my favorites. I think he's one of the most underrated, like, Attitude Era guys. I guess I don't know if you call it Attitude Era if it's on the other side of the coin, but either way. And I like the Diamond Cutter. I even like the Diamond Cutter more than I like Orton's variation. I kind of think him. I thought it was always fucking cool. And the crowd used to go nuts for it back in the day. I had such fun memories of it. And I'm definitely gonna have to pick that.
That's fair. Cooper.
This might genuinely be the toughest pick in the whole for me. I at first was maybe just thinking in my head about because once again there's the suddenness aspect, right, that I really like and is kind of what I look for in a lot of finishers, but and the Diamond Cutter, while technically being the more sudden move, I guess, in the traditional way that it's done, usually, like the way that it's done most of the time, Dallas Page will grab you by the head, and he takes like a couple little steps forward that I never really liked the look of all that much. The impact is great because, unlike Randall Keith, he does like genuinely force
your head down,
your head to go below your waist at a certain point. You're not just slamming your hands down in front of you, which I mean, I guess bad for the wrestlers, but good for me. But I think just that, I don't know, something about just those couple little steps. I don't know. It always makes it look a little silly, I think. And the Spine Buster, the classic Arn, because I do agree with you, Logan. It has been way, way too watered down in recent years. And I think there's a lot of wrestlers who really like Arn Anderson and want to do it this way, but they just don't have the sauce. The throw into the ropes, the twist that he gets on it, it just looks so like it's both fluid and also like it feels like, you know, just getting, you know, slammed on concrete almost. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go for the Spine Buster. At least that class, that Arn version of it. I mean, yeah, it just can't be beat, I think.
That's good news, because if not, the Glock was going to have to be pulled out on both of you. So if the Diamond Cutter made it next round. We have our first Logan versus Cooper matchup. The Hidden Blade, done by one William Ospreay, a modern innovation, versus, throwing it back to the early 2000s, the Package Pile Driver, as done by one Ring of Honor legend, Kevin Steen. Cooper, I'll let you plead your case for the Hidden Blade first.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, I'm going to go for this. We talk about suddenness. I mean, this is kind of like the pinnacle of that, right? Where it and we're at the right time for it too, because I worry that in later years, people are going to do to the Hidden Blade what they have done to the super kick. And make it, you know, just a part of a regular moveset. But we're in this point right now where it is still very much definitively Ospreay's move. You look at particularly the first couple of times he hit it, you know, in that kind of like 2018, 2019 period, with like Kota Ibushi, the Kota Ibushi one. I remember the first time I watched it, and I genuinely thought that should be illegal. They should not let him do it. You know, I know that there's ways to do it safely, but I also know that Will Ospreay at a certain point is just flinging himself and his elbow at the back of your head. And I know that wrestlers have ways of calculating when that is going to happen, but at the end of the day, he's behind you, and I don't know how well you can actually gauge it. Yeah, I mean, it's an elbow to the back of your head, just the movement itself just looks so violent, and I mean, it's like a decapitation, to put it simply, and you know, it works as a big, you know, kind of turn of momentum in a match that I like a lot. Yeah, I mean, I think it's fantastic, and by far the best finisher that Ospreay has. It's better than the
Stormbreaker,
the Oz Cutter. It's better than Stormbreaker. It's better than you know, half the shit that he does, because it's just right to the point, and it's quick and it's violent. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, Alex did put in the Stormbreaker, but per our rule that one finisher per wrestler, you had the Hidden Blade first. I allowed, and plus to the fact that he doesn't use the Stormbreaker as much anymore. If he was currently using the Stormbreaker, we might have had a little argument about this, but he's kind of retired it. I mean, not retired, but he doesn't use it very often.
Yeah, I think he's just said, like, it's tough to do.
Yeah.
And he doesn't like doing it.
But yeah, we stuck with the Hidden Blade. My argument for the Package Pile Driver. Now, look, I understand I do like the strikes. And then when a strike looks good, it's because it can be hit anywhere at any moment. And Ospreay has definitely captured that ability with the Hidden Blade. But let me walk you down memory road, right? Let me talk to you about Kevin Steen. When he liked to kill people. When, like, this move was used in WWE, and people act like he murdered someone because it looks that great. I think it's better than the normal pile driver because the impact of getting them that high and crunched up, even if their head isn't touching, it's hard to tell. Which I think it looks devastating. Like, it's the same thing as the muscle buster in the way of like when you fold someone up like that, it just looks like there's no way they can be all right when they land in that type of position. And the argument I have against the hidden blade is, as great of a move as it is, it's been so watered down by its own user. That's a move that you should hit once, and that should be it. It should not be the Young Bucks super kick or the Usos super kick equivalent of we're hitting like 3 or 4 of these per matches, you know? And like half the time, he doesn't even use it as a finisher. He uses a Stormbreaker, or he uses the Tiger Driver or stuff like that.
That's not true.
It is. It is.
He doesn't fucking use the Stormbreaker.
He used to.
He does.
The hidden blade is almost like a it can finish matches, but at times it's almost a signature now. The amount of times he hits it, and my key thing.
Yeah, but like who's he fighting? He's fighting fucking Kenny Omega and Swerve Strickland,
bro.
And
people,
whatever. He's fighting top guys.
They shouldn't be eating 5 hidden blades though. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's a finisher, you don't. Maybe you kick out of 1, if that. Very few kick out of the package pile driver. If they do, it's maybe once. You see people will kick out of like...
Tell that to fucking Penta El Zero Miedo.
But that's not his package. I'm talking the Kevin Steen package pile driver. I think he...
I know, but you do have to consider other people have used it. Other people
have used bad versions of the hidden blade on the indies, brother. So if we want to use that argument...
Yeah, but nobody watched.
Yeah. Even Penta's version is awesome and was awesome in Lucha Underground. I'm just saying, like, a move like the hidden blade shouldn't be kicked out of, and the fact that it's gotten watered down so much over the years, like, to me, it's the hidden blade is almost the equivalent of the V trigger. As great as the V trigger looks, like, that move beats nobody on the first one. That move don't beat nobody. You gotta at least hit 2 hidden blades before they kick out. It's becoming the crossroads, or Cody has to hit 3, and if he hits 1 on you, you're just a bum. Like, that's my point against it.
Yeah. So you're picking package pile driver?
I'm picking package. Cooper's obviously a hidden blade. The tiebreaker comes down to the giant.
That's funny that you said all that about the hidden blade not being his only finisher, and Cooper was like so against that, because that was exactly what I was about to say about why I wasn't going to pick the hidden blade. Because when I think of Ospreay, I mean, I think he has like 6 at this point really big match-ending moves, where he does the Tiger Driver, and he does the Leap of Faith, and he does Stormbreaker, and he does the hidden blade. And that, I love the hidden blade. I think it's an amazing, impactful finisher, but it's not even the first finisher I think of when I think of Ospreay. And I don't think, I don't know, it's just difficult for me to give it to that for that reason. And I love the Kevin Steen pile driver, the Kevin Steen package pile driver. But what I really love is when I was a kid, and before I even knew anything about Owens on the indies, I saw the package pile driver in the fucking video game, and I was like, what? You can do that? Did somebody do this in real life? And then I saw Penta, taking fuckers out with it in Lucha Underground, and I have these great memories of the package pile driver sort of becoming a move I loved as I was exploring other wrestling, and I still think it looks gnarly. I think its impactfulness has not been really lost whenever anyone is willing to sort of bust it out. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna go for that.
Yep. All right, package pile driver moves on. I would like to say I do love the hidden blade, and if Ospreay just stuck with just the hidden blade.
No. It's fine. You don't have to just. Okay. No, it's fine.
We actually have a double pick by me in the next round. The Black Arrow, as made famous by Pac or Neville, depending on what you want to say. What did he call it? Did he call it the Black Arrow in WWE? What did he call it?
It's called the Red Arrow.
Red Arrow.
It was the Red Arrow.
Yeah. Versus the
because he wasn't evil yet.
The Michinoku Driver, as made famous by Taka Michinoku, former member of Just Five Guys. I'm gonna go last in this one because I picked both these moves. I'm interested in what you two have to say here.
Taka is the fucking best, and the way he did Michinoku Driver was awesome, and the Michinoku Driver is awesome, always awesome, and it's winning. I don't care how many flips I don't care how many flips Pat can do in the air. I don't care how he can do it without slipping like a single time in his career. Because Taka is the fucking best, and I love the man like dearly. So I'm picking that, no doubt.
Cooper.
You make a good case, Jack. You make a really good case. I think I am going to have to just use my monkey brain for this one. And just say that he did a lot of flips. Like he does
crazy flips.
He does like a flip within a flip. It's crazy. Have you seen it?
I've seen it. It is unbelievable.
And he did it. He's never slipped on it.
That is true. He has never slipped. And he is like super roided up now.
Yeah, I mean, even if at the end of the day it is just a shooting star press, I mean, technically, like with how it lands, yeah, like it helps that Pac's gotten a little beefier with it now, so like him landing on you looks like it would probably hurt a little bit. But yeah, like I don't know, there is something to just be said for God, that fucking looks cool. So
fair enough.
Black Arrow.
So this is interesting. When I was thinking of this, I'm like, as much as Black Arrow was something I'm like, we don't have many high-five moves. I love this move. I want to add it in. And then later on, I was like, Michinoku Driver is like an iconic move, especially in the 90s, that people were like, this move rocks. He just drops it on his head. I was leaning Black Arrow. But then I heard Jack speak. and I'm like, yeah, Taka is awesome. He is the guy. And
we are. Can I say we are the worst people to be doing this bracket.
We're approaching. We're quickly approaching the last year where we did this.
Well, okay.
Yes, we are so inclined to just like not even like just to meme for the hell of it, but like just to if somebody says something with enough stupid conviction behind it, we'll go with it. That's.
Well, okay, here's my argument. There's other flying finishers that I like better that are in this bracket. And
okay.
I went and watched, like I'm watching, like as you guys doing this, I'm like rewatching just versions of this move or like the best versions of this. And I do think Pat gets such a good impact on it, but I feel like when he was actually still bulky but lighter, it looked like he like when I like moves that are flying, I like them to like, I want to see the impact, and I want it to like the almost like, I want the bounce. Like I like they hit so hard they bounce off the person. He really got that in Black Arrow, but I feel like he's gotten so good at it that he looks like he's landing softer on his opponents, which is probably good for the wrestler. But for me, I'm like, I want you to kill that guy. You know, I want it to look like look like it hurts really, really bad. And so that's like the worst thing like a flying move can be is like this only hurts the person. It doesn't look like it hurts the other person. That's why like the Swanton is so iconic because I'm like, you can't take that well. Like there's like he just lands directly on you. And then I watched the clip of the Michinoku Driver was on the Great Sasuke and he just dropped him on his head. I'm like, that's pretty awesome, man. Especially for like a junior to be doing that. And also Jack's argument, you know.
He's fucking great. He's Taka.
I gotta go with the Michinoku Driver.
Taka is in fact coming, mother.
It is one of the greatest like finishers of the 90s that people just forget about.
He picked him up and then he flipped him around and then he dropped him on their head, man. It doesn't get any better than that.
This is the FU driver. All right, then we have the Tombstone Pile Driver, I believe picked by Alex Houston. And the Doomsday device, as done by the Legion of Doom, picked the Road Warriors, picked by Noah Dangbus Phillips. It's the Doomsday device. That's all I gotta say. I don't even want to hear an argument for the Tombstone.
No, that's fair. I like the Tombstone, but I actually like without the theatrics and everything. I've always thought it was kind of an underwhelming finisher. It's kind of okay for Taker because he's such a tall dude, so it looks like they're really dropping, far. But for just a regular old guy, it's always been more of a transition move for guys like Sting or like Okada or whoever. And I actually have always preferred Last Ride for Taker. So yeah, I'm not picking that. Doomsday Device is one of the most legend. It is the legendary tag finisher of all time. It's done by one of my favorite tag teams of all time. It is just fucking insane how they were allowed to get away with doing that to so many people for so long. Just flying aimlessly off of Hawk's shoulder or Animal's shoulder is insane. So yeah, no, that's taking it, and I assume Cooper will be with us.
It's the Doomsday
Yeah.
Device.
Yeah. No,
I could give a whole spiel too. But yeah, at the end of the day, I've seen way too many poor, hopeless jobbers in Georgia Championship Wrestling get under-rotated and land on their neck for it to be fucking Booger Red's move. All right, so let's.
My thing is like, if it's hit well, it looks awesome. If it's hit bad and they under-rotate, it also looks awesome. It's never taken badly. It always looks great. Because it's either you do it right and it looks awesome, or you do it wrong and it looks like you killed somebody. I also realized when Jack was saying this, I broke the rule because Alex put Last Ride, and we're gonna give that to somebody else. We're just gonna give that. That's the Big Bang. That's a Keith Lee Spirit Bomb now.
Keith Lee's version of
That's
it.
Keith Lee's Spirit Bomb Last Ride version. We'll call it that.
All right,
Because
nice.
I originally was gonna put that in, but I'm like, we have so many power bombs.
Well, Spirit Bomb is different because he sits out.
Yeah, it's fair. The Last Ride does.
Could be the Jackknife. Could be the Jackknife Power Bomb.
I will say the most the one that repeated 3 times, I'm pretty sure was the Razor's Edge. So take for that what you will. We're moving on. As Jack said, the thing that Athena hits, is it the Eclipse, I think? The O-Face!
I was like, I said the Eclipse, and then I put in parentheses, does she still call it that?
The O-Face versus also another Jack's pick, Starship Pain. I'll let you pick last, Jack, because I feel like you have, that's your 2 picks. You might have to think on that, unless you want to have an argument for both of them.
No, I don't really have an argument for both of them. In fact, I sadly was only picking Starship Pain because I was just running out of ones that I didn't think other people would pick. I'm not all that fond of it, and I'm definitely going to pick the O-Face.
I'm picking the O-Face. I did not pick it.
It's fucking crazy that she does that. That move is awesome.
So it is weird because these moves are kind of the inverse of each other in that the O-Face is a fantastic move with a horrible name.
Yes.
And the Starship Pain is not a horrible move, but a underwhelming move, I think, with an amazing name. I feel like if you swapped these around, it would be better. I have to give it to Athena's O-Face or the Eclipse from real NXT Black and Gold heads will remember. It is weird because she also does not always hit it well.
Yes.
But the couple of times when it does, it's like it is genuinely one of the most astonishing things. I remember when I first saw it in her first match in NXT, and it was another one of those like genuine like shock moments. Like I can't believe that a person could do that. Like it just like the aim to get it, but and she's got I'm surprised she has not already
retired
like,
it
dramatically fucked up her back. Because, like, I mean, ultimately, it is still, you're doing a sit out kind of stunner from the top rope. So, but yeah, it's so cool. I got to give it to Athena
for sure. I mean, it's funny when I saw this I saw the bracket. I'm like, we don't have the stunner in here, but I'm also like, so many people have taken the stunner so badly.
I thought about doing the Stone Cold Stunner, and I forget what I replaced it with, but I did think about it because I do love the traditional, Austin version.
I was mulling over it, but I'm like, the O-Face is almost the better version of it. It's a more dramatic, though the Stone Cold can be hit anywhere. That's the only reason.
It's the Megadeth.
Yeah. It's number 65, guys. Don't worry. I almost put it in, but I was like, I don't want to. I want to hit some moves that aren't traditional. The O-Face, also known as the Eclipse, moves on. What a terrible name. What a terrible name for a move.
I don't know. I know she could have chosen any other like moon-based thing, right? Like,
the Last Ride Power Bomb, which we have now last minute changed to the Spirit Bomb done by Keith Lee, versus the Deadbolt Suplex. Jack, give me your argument for the Deadbolt.
It's really, it's still in its infancy, obviously, but you can see the beginnings of Yuya every single match making it into a really cool, like, exciting move to do a whole New Japan sort of finishing sequence with. It's got so many points of drama, like, so it's first off, it's always exciting to see him try and like get both the arms, right? Because you can just get one arm and then struggle to get the other. So there's drama there, and a lot of times he'll get one arm and then he won't be able to get the other. And a guy like just recently in the match with Takagi will throw a lariat while he's got the other one, and then you can either have him drop it and try again later, or you can have him power through it, fighting spirit, and that gets a big pop. Then you get the other one, and then they can still, be fighting from that, all this sweating, shaking their heads, screaming, all this shit going on while he's trying to flip them over. And then what I like about the Deadbolt, when he does finally nail it, is I like the idea of a finisher that's more technically sound and that, like, it's more made to really fucking keep you down than to just incapacitate you. It's kind of like the same reason y'all have fallen in love with Senka's sort of shoot pin style. It's like a flashier version of that. It's called the Deadbolt, because it really is nailing your arms to the ground. Whether or not you're passed out or not is besides the point. You just can't get those shoulders up, and I think it's a really cool move for him. I've really fallen in love with it, and I am going to be picking it over the Last Ride, but I assume I might be the odd man out here.
So this is really hard because I originally was going to put in the Keith Lee Spirit Bomb, but which we're now putting in now because I can't have double Last Ride. We can't have two. Even though Last Ride is my favorite Taker finisher more than the Tombstone. I hate the Tombstone, bro. I hate that move. I'm so glad we got rid of that so quick. But because when it's hit well, it looks good. Taker is just too soft of a worker. That's part of my problem with them is like, I want you to hit people, man. I want it to look legit. That's our problem with the Tombstone. You can tell their head's not going to hit the ground, which is fine. But like, there's not even that disbelief. And like when he hits the Last Ride, it's a little soft. But the Spirit Bomb is the exact opposite. Keith Lee is a big guy. And you were going to feel that because he is going to sit down and slam you almost Batista Bomb style. But because he's so big, the ring shakes every time. I watched a lot of clips of the Keith Lee Spirit Bomb in preparation for this, including one where he throws the guy up. The guy hits, when he picks him up, he hits the roof of the ceiling, and a piece of the ceiling falls down and he slams him down. That one he hit on Roman at Survivor Series is great. I was so sad when he switched to like the Big Bang Catastrophe at AEW because I was like, yes, I understand everybody does power bombs and it's like almost a transition move, but you have the coolest one. You have one like, yes. Like that's the thing. It's like when a wrestler does a move, sometimes, even if it's a simple move, if they do it with enough stank and enough force, I'm like, yes, that is a finisher. That's the main thing.
It's the Western lariat.
Yes, exactly.
For instance.
Exactly. But the thing is, I was going to put the Deadbolt Suplex as one of my picks, but Jack has already put it. Originally, that was like one of the first finishers I thought of. I love that move. I love the setup for it. I think it's so simple, but it makes so much sense of why people can't kick out of it because of the way he's pinning his arms. I think it's so original. I think it's almost a throwback to like Greco-Roman wrestling, like while putting a professional wrestling flair on it. It is literally like, theatrics versus like practicality in this argument, which is very hard for me. I'm going to pick the Spirit Bomb because it's my pick, but if it wasn't, I would have picked the Deadbolt over anything. And mainly, I want to see what Cooper has to say.
Well, I will say, when this was still the last ride versus the Deadbolt, this was a real, nuclear bomb versus coughing baby kind of situation. But introducing the Spirit Bomb made it way more competitive. And I have heard Jack's arguments. I believe that they are sound. I do really love the Deadbolt, and Yuya Uemura, I think, is maybe like the perfect type of guy to do it too. However, I will not be able to live with myself if we do not have Keith Lee move forward in this bracket at least one more match, because he is the perfect man. And the Spirit Bomb in particular is the perfect power bomb. It is the platonic ideal of a power bomb, quite frankly. The only way it could be better is if he like broke his arm in the middle of the match and slipped and let go of the other guy, and it broke the other guy on the descent. That's the only way it could be better. But yeah. So.
And the Spirit Bomb moves on. That's rough for me. I kind of want the Deadbolt to move on. All right, it's fine. The Cop Killer. Last minute ad. It's funny. I was like looking at this. I'm like, we don't have like the Vertebraker, the Cop Killer, and I thought of it, and then I forgot about it. Like I was like, what is a move? I forgot. I know I have a move. I forgot it.
It's the fucking Cop Killer.
I forgot it. And so when you said the thing about the heart punch, I was like, it's the Cop Killer. That's what I forgot. I put that in. I was like, the greatest finisher of all time. How do I forget the Cop Killer?
Yeah.
As made famous by Homicide. Also known as the Gringo Killer if you're a big fan of TNA, or the Vertebraker if you're lame.
Hey, Vertebraker's all right. I like Shane Helms.
No, Vertebraker is a good name, but it'll never be the Cop Killer, brother. Like, that is... Come on, man.
No, it's not.
And then the RKO, the casual's favorite wrestling move of all time. This was suggested...
This is a nuclear bomb versus coughing baby.
Yeah.
This was suggested. I do really like the RKO. I do think it's a good out of nowhere move. This was suggested. This was a Discord suggestion by someone I've grown to be fond of, who's also, I think, a wrestling YouTuber, Kiwi Typhoon. And it was like, you got to put the RKO in there because it is iconic. But, like, it's got to be the Cop Killer, guys. It's got to be the Cop Killer. Cooper, I think I already know what you're going to say.
Have you considered that it's called the Cop Killer? And that he drops you on your neck from his back? Dude, come on.
Jack?
Yeah, no, I mean, the RKO, it does have that mystique. It is legendary in its own right. It's been built up for many years. But like Cooper said with the Diamond Cutter, I mean, honestly, just stripping away all of that, I don't love the move. And the Cop Killer is just downright gruesome.
Particularly like when you get like a freak like 2006 AJ Styles taking it, who like doesn't care about their own well-being.
Right.
That's the good stuff.
Oh yeah, and I mean, yeah, no, that has to go further. That is just it's amazing. To watch.
I mean, you see that movie and you're like, yeah, he's not getting up. I was like, yeah. It's that and the Burning Hammer, which we already had the Orange Crush. That if not, it is a super finisher. It's a little unfair, but you're like, yeah, you don't get up from that.
Yeah, I had to put in Orange Crush because I knew for a fact that if Burning Hammer was on it, like, but
it is a little unfair for super finishers, you know. Like, right. That being said, I'm pretty sure the Tiger Driver 91 is in this list.
I think it is too. I think it is, Jeff.
Cop Killer moves on. The Buckshot Lariat, as made famous by Hangman Adam Page, versus the Steiner Recliner.
Who picked the Steiner
Who
Recliner?
do you think?
This reads like a
That is a dang buzz pick.
Definitely does.
Okay, that's funny because on one hand, it very funny, and I knew that he would pick a Steiner move. But on the other hand, I don't get why he picked this one. I mean, I know Noah likes to meme, but genuinely, there are so many fantastic Scott Steiner finishers.
The screwdriver would probably go very far.
The screwdriver, even the Frankensteiner, just like a basic ass Frankensteiner. You know?
Yeah.
You want to hear something funny? I put in the screwdriver and had to take it out because Noah put in the recliner. So I was like, all right. And multiple people, including in Discord, suggested Steiner screwdriver. And I'm like, yes, that's a great move. Of course I put that in. But I'm like, oh, nope. The rule we set is that you can't have two. And Noah did put in the Steiner recliner. And because I put my moves in last, I had to adhere to those rules. So, and Noah... Well, the problem is a bunch of Noah's other moves have already been suggested by you two. So I was like, why did I give him whatever couple that he had to get in? So I think we all are going to pick the Buckshot.
I think so. Much love to Big Papa Pump, but at this point when he started using this one, it was clear that it was because he couldn't do the other ones. And it's the worst version of the camel clutch. It's really bad, dude.
If it was a screwdriver, I would be picking the screwdriver, by the way.
Right.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I say that having picked the Buckshot Lariat, I wouldn't even try to make an argument for the Buckshot if it was the screwdriver.
What's funny... sorry.
Go ahead, Jack.
No, I mean, I was just going to say, it helps, too, that the Buckshot's a really good move, I think.
Well, I was going to say what's funny is that I don't even... love the Buckshot Lariat that much. I mean, it's cool, but I always liked it more as Hangman's sort of second to last move, and I always wished that he finished with the Deadeye pretty much all the time rather than just some of the time. And so normally, under any other circumstance, I would not be picking it. But the Steiner Recliner is genuinely one of the worst camel clutch variations of all time. It looks terrible.
Yeah.
So I cannot reasonably pick that. I've got to pick the Buckshot Lariat.
I'm the same way. I'm like, I like the Buckshot. It's not my favorite because sometimes it just takes too long to set up. And sometimes he doesn't hit it right, But, yeah, it's got to be. Now we have literally number 64, the Blade Runner, added last minute as the last alternate for the Heart Punch versus the Sharpshooter, as made famous by Bret the Hitman Hart. This was a Noah Phillips suggestion. I like the Sharpshooter, and Bret's version is obviously great. The Rock has ruined this move for me.
Oh, really? Well, you can't,
I know.
You can't take that into consideration, Logan.
But also... I love the Blade Runner. It's like one of the few things Jay White does.
Really?
I think he hits it. When he hits it well, he can kind of... It's one of those ones that can hit out of nowhere, and it's been so protected that I got to respect it. That type of system... It's simple, but I can believe that finishes a match. But...
Interesting.
There's not many submissions, and the Sharpshooter is great, so I'm going to go to the Sharpshooter, even though I put in the Blade Runner. I was mulling over if I wanted to put in the Blade Runner or not.
That is interesting. I have never liked the Blade Runner, the Sister Abigail, any version of this move. I don't think it ever looks impactful, I think, is my main thing with it. It's a version of what I forget who coined this phrase, but there's a the flatliner, which somebody called a self rock bottom, which I've never liked. I don't, that positioning I think does not logically make any sense to me, and I feel like the Blade Runner is maybe even worse than a standard flatliner because like the snap to it, like it just makes it look to me like they're rolling away to it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I can see where the person taking it is protecting themselves, you know. The sharpshooter, on the other hand, fucking great. Like has stood the test of time forever. Whether we're talking about Bret Hart, whether we're talking about Sting, whether we're talking about Ricky Choshu, every version of this move I think rocks. It is like as old as the hills. And yet it still gets a huge pop every time. Like the setup is great, the grapevine through the legs, the sometimes the struggle to roll over and really like sit into it. Yeah, sharpshooter all day.
Jack?
Yeah, I definitely am gonna take the sharpshooter here.
Well, I think we all end up taking the sharpshooter, even though I added in the Blade Runner because I'm like, oh, I can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with a lot of what Cooper said. I think the Blade Runner can be good. I think the Sister Abigail can be good, but it's not nearly like it's not an S tier finisher to me at all. I don't think of it that way. It's just I feel like Okada in the like I don't feel anything image when I hear the Blade Runner. That's kind of my immediate reaction. Sharpshooter, on the other hand, has so many great moments, and it's built up such a reputation for itself. And even if they're bad practitioners of it, I think Hart's version was always really good. And I'm taking that.
All right, moving on. The end of Heartache, as made famous by one Roderick Strong in Ring of Honor, versus the Pepsi Plunge, as been made famous by one CM Punk in Ring of Honor. A Ring of Honor versus Ring of Honor bout here, guys. I suggest the end of Heartache because a lot of the great finishes were already taken. But I do love the setup of this move. Of just mainly, it just goes so well with Strong's whole arsenal. And it plays so well into like hitting the knee into the setup for it. He has a great setup almost every time. It makes sense because he works on your back the whole match. Like, there'd be very few times where I'd be like, oh yes. And like I think there's better, like I think the lumbar check is like almost, you could argue, a better version of it. But I think Roderick has such a build to it in his matches that like a move that sometimes doesn't always look the greatest works for me. I'm like, oh yes, that is a finisher. And like the fact that like his build almost makes me believe in it. Like, again, like if he hits the end of Heartache out of nowhere, I'm like, I don't know if that might finish the match. But it's because of the way Roger Strong does it and builds to it. Like, like when he beat Claudio, he used the jumping knees. But I think it's great. I'm very interested in what you have to say for the Pepsi Plunge. I might rebuttal you after you say what you're going to say, but I'm going to let you continue.
Okay, so as some people might know, from the deep lore, I am, in fact, a CM Punk fan. So that is informing a lot. I had to pick a CM Punk move to go on this list, and unfortunately, his go to sleep sucks, and his Anaconda Vice also sucks. The Pepsi Plunge is, in my mind, the definitive CM Punk finisher. And it is one of the couple of exceptions to my spontaneity rule, right? It requires a lot of setup, but man, the follow through on that setup looks great. I think it is a pedigree from in perfect cases the top rope, but even if it's from the middle rope, I think it still looks good, and is like the only acceptable version of a pedigree. I think is this, and the first time that Triple H hit it on that one random guy who he spiked right on his head. But the Pepsi Plunge, because of the height, you get this great moment of free fall, and with the guys, arms locked up, it really is like, oh, you just have no choice. Your face is going directly into the mat. It ended many a classic Ring of Honor bout, potentially even some against Roderick Strong. I think maybe.
Oh, for sure.
There's probably some times when the streams crossed there. I love End of Heartache. I love Roderick Strong. I will say my only real point against it is Roddy has such a huge arsenal of backbreakers specifically, but also just like cool moves, and as cool as End of Heartache is, it does kind of, I think, blend in to the rest of his arsenal. But the Pepsi Plunge, I think, is just like, is so like front of mind, the CM Punk finish to me.
Yeah.
So
my only argument against the Pepsi Plunge is if you have a dummy taking it, they will take it on their knees, which is the same problem I think most people have with the pedigree. Where sometimes
Sure.
It depends on who's taking it. We're like, and that's the same with like End of Heartache. Sometimes he doesn't fully get it onto the knee, but like if you decide to be a sack of potatoes, maybe not. But like, I don't know. I think it's a great name. I think it's a great looking maneuver, the flip into the knees. Because, like, you can't really rotate out of that. Like, once it gets you in the air, you're done. You gotta go. You're going on my knees, brother. And I just know that move sucks to take. I imagine it has to suck. Like, they were like, come on, man. I really got to take that. So that's why I'm going into Heartache. And I also think it's a better name than the Pepsi Plunge. That's my hot take.
The name means a lot, really. Funny thing about the Pepsi Plunge and like all pedigree variants. So when I was a kid, like I used to play wrestle with all my brothers, and I remember from a young age trying to do the pedigree, imitate the pedigree, and I realized that, like, unlike a lot of sort of snappy moves that I like to imitate, the pedigree with its long setup is really hard to do with, like, somebody who's not cooperating, like, completely. Like, you can't really get their arms up like that at all. And for whatever reason, when I was young, this really bothered me, and it's put a sour taste in my mouth. Like, I decided, I think then, that I didn't like the pedigree because I was like, he keeps breaking my immersion from, like, when I was a very young child. It just, and I've never fucked with any version of the pedigree since. It just gives me a sour feeling. And I've always liked the End of Heartache since I first saw Roddy Strong in ROH clips in NXT and later on. I love the Messiah, the Backbreaker. I think the End of Heartache is a really cool finisher. Obviously, I know that is as ridiculous, if not more ridiculous, than the pedigree. But it did not.
you think you can flip a guy fully over on his head?
Yeah,
absolutely.
But at a young age, the pedigree and all pedigree variants really, really pissed me off, and they killed the business for me. So I'm going with End of Heartache to make it out of the first round.
Thank God Jax was not watching Ring of Honor as a young lad and tried to do that on his brother, and you're like, wow, that's a really hard move to do.
I can't pick him up. What the fuck?
I can't pick him up. End of Heartache moves on. Next we have the One-Winged Angel versus the Figure 4. I don't remember. None of you, I think Noah's just the Figure 4. Did one of you suggest it?
No, it wasn't mine.
I believe that was Noah or Alex. It's the One-Winged Angel, and I will not be having anything otherwise.
Yeah, the Figure 4 is cool, but the One-Winged Angel is like the definitive 2010s like finisher. It represents like that whole era of people, getting into wrestling outside of WWE, and that move is like the fucking awesome move that everyone saw and was like, man, I've never seen anything like this before. And it still has that legendary status to this day. I mean, so few people have kicked out of it even still, and I can't imagine that not being the winner. It probably will go very far in the whole tournament.
I picked the One-Winged Angel to go in here, and I'm picking it to go forward. Yeah, I mean, I love the figure four. Obviously, Flair's version in particular is iconic for a reason. But if we're talking just the move as a whole overall, the figure four does have a very perhaps equally iconic reversal, and the One-Winged Angel, literally only one person's ever kicked out.
Yeah.
So, you know.
And I mean, if you also want to use the watered down argument, no, one of the moves have been watered down the most. The figure four, brother, as a signature for the Miz. Like, come on now. I would say whenever we were discussing this, I put this in the Discord that we were doing it, and someone was like, "Oh, the One-Winged Angel has to be in there." I said, "Oh, don't you worry." Don't you worry. There's no way. I'm like, that's my favorite finisher. Like, there's no way it's not getting put in. Next, we have, picked by me, the 630 Senton, done by, controversially, Ricochet, versus the Vegematic.
We can call it Prince Puma instead.
Yeah, Prince Puma. The Vegematic, done by the Midnight Express, which is a Noah Phillips pick. Cooper, you look like you have something to say here.
No, it's fine. It's just I completely forgot that the Midnight Express's move was called the Vegematic. Yeah. And I thought for the longest time that this was you trying to think of what the move Edge does.
Oh, the Edge-o-matic?
Which was the Edge-o-matic, and you just got it wrong. No. So I didn't realize that this is the Midnight Express.
No. This is, if for those who don't know at home, who may not be very well up in your wrestling history, this is where the Midnight Express, it's what the New Day, similar to what the New Day call the Midnight Hour now. Similar. But basically, they put you onto, one wrestler holds you onto his knee parallel, and the other wrestler does a leg drop onto your hanging body, and that's what they call it, the Vegematic, because they make you a vegetable. It's the 630 Senton. This is my favorite top rope move ever, because it looks brutal. Like, if you hit it and you land on that person, you get that much rotation. It's like, yeah, that looks like it hurts. That looks like my gut would hurt so much I would not kick out after that move. So 630 from me. What do you guys pick?
I don't really fuck with the 630, to be honest. I think it is too much, and I don't know. I don't even think it looks as impactful as like a splash. It's just it does so much that I feel like that final rotation, like, he's so close to the guy that it hardly looks like he's, like he's not falling from enough of a height. I know that's kind of weird, but it just looks like a regular senton, kinda. That's what I thought back when I used to watch the Underground song all the time. Dramatic is cool. I fuck with it. It's not my favorite tag finisher, but I, for some reason, have never really enjoyed seeing the 630 done. So I'm going with the Midnight Express Vegematic.
Jack, I am so glad that we have the exact
same
time. Okay, good. I never really got why, like, this was Ricochet's, like, thing. Well, I do, because it's the most visually impressive thing that he can do consistently. The other stuff that is, like, more visually impactful than the 630, he can't do all that often. So, like, the double moonsault is, I think, the better version of this. But he only ever hit that, like, a handful of times because, God, like, imagine trying to do that any more often. And he has other moves that he hit more but aren't visually as good. The Benadryller and now the Spirit Gun. Like, okay, sure, whatever, great. Vertigo, God, who fucking cares about Vertigo? Mm-hmm. But something about the 630, I think. Yeah, I think he just rolls off them too quick, maybe, for me. Like, I don't know. it's like the roll through. I just don't quite get a sense of like from it that I feel like I should. The Vegomatic, however, that seems like it sucks. Any kind of like leg drop or real like a drop from like sort of a hanging position, I think looks just super gnarly, and it helps that it's beautiful Bobby and Sweet Stan Lane, who are just some of the smoothest guys to ever do it. So Vegomatics going forward. Good pick, Noah. Good pick.
All right. Next we have hailing from lovely England, the Jawbreaker Lariat versus Bob. I feel like God! Backlund's crossface chicken wing.
I am so happy that it is Bob Backlund's and not the other.
Who else would it be? I don't know who you're talking about, brother. That guy doesn't exist in my mind.
Yeah, let's keep it that way. Let's keep
it. Cooper, I assume you picked the Jawbreaker, so I assume you have the argument here.
Well, that was good. That was before I knew that it was against Backlund's chicken wing. I love Nigel, and I love the Jawbreaker. Shout out Les Kellett, and proper old school world of sport British wrestling, which this move is a ultra throwback to. But Backlund's chicken wing, really at every point, but specifically during that 90s heel turn, when he became Mr. Bob Backlund, and really upped the psychopathy, and he's just flinging dudes around in it, and he's screaming bloody murder the whole time, and really just looks like he's trying to rip your arm from your body, or rip your head from your body too at the same time. That one's going forward for me.
I love the Jawbreaker, but let me tell you, if I had a wrestling move that I used on my friends in the schoolyard, it was the crossface chicken wing. I'd be like, let me test something. That was like when I was like testing what was real about wrestling, and I was like, I always want to do like the submissions, and I was like, this just doesn't look like it would work to me. Like, you get your arm out, and so I was like, hey, let me try something on my friend, and I tried there instantly, like tapping. I'm like, whoa. This is awesome.
It sucks.
Oh, man. That's funny how we had similar stories like that. Yeah, the crossface chicken wing is fucking awesome. And Jawbreaker Lariat is too, to be fair. But we already picked the most legendary of all the lariats. And I think the chicken wing is just a really, really cool move that sticks in a lot of people's heads. Especially given that, like, Backlund didn't have. I was about to say didn't have a long run at the top. Obviously, he had one of the longest runs at the top, but not one that is very memorable to like modern fans. So I'm talking more about that '90s era heel Backlund. But I think a lot of people do remember the one match where he won the title that we referenced just a second ago, and remember that Brett's mom thrown in the towel, being sort of tricked into it while he's just dying in that chicken wing. And it's a gnarly visual, and that is a great submission move for me. So I think that has taken it too.
Speaking of submission moves versus strikes, our next battle, Bryan Danielson's cattle mutilation versus the Bomaye knee. Did I say that right? Okay, just making sure. I was like, I hope I don't screw that up. Cooper, you want to do the argument on this one, or is this the same thing?
Oh, no, I will argue for this one. Absolutely. Shinsuke Nakamura's Bomaye is the best knee strike in all of wrestling. I don't know what else to tell you. It's better than the V-trigger. It's better than the Kamigoye. It's better than
Psycho.
I don't know. It's better than the Psycho. It's better than, I guess if you want to count the GTS, it's better than the GTS. you look at early 2000s to mid 2010s Shinsuke Nakamura matches, and the Bamaye just hits like a lightning strike. It's kind of the perfect mix of suddenness and setup. Like, he can hit it kind of out of nowhere, or he can do like the proper in the corner, hit the Yao kind of taunt and then go for it. Here's the thing, it's so good that even when he went to WWE and started calling it the Kinshasa, it was still really good there until he got to the main roster and everything about Shinsuke became shit. But the actual move itself was still killer. Yeah. I mean, I love the cattle mutilation too. I just think, and maybe this is blasphemous considering that I'm such a, ROH head, but I associate Danielson with the label lock more and with the Busaiko more. And I mean, maybe even on a day when I'm not proud of myself, with the flying headbutt more. Like I have other Danielson moves that I think are better, more impactful, better indicative of him as a wrestler than cattle mutilation, even though I do love it. And I think it does look pretty gnarly and pretty, like effective as a submission. But like the Bamaye is like, I think everything good about A, Shinsuke Nakamura, and B, 2000s New Japan. Like this, like the best argument for Inokiism is really just showing people Bamaye knee compilations. Like that's about it. I think it's killer.
You've convinced me.
Yeah, no, the Bamaye, I'm gonna go with it too. It is not just the best knee strike in wrestling; it is the best striking finisher in wrestling. Like Cooper said, it's like, especially those old school ones. It's like he'd knee you and then he'd come down with you, and then you'd be in the fucking rock, in between a rock and a hard place, just being ground into the mat. It is disgusting, and it was awesome for Nakamura's character as like the heel embodiment of strong style. And that's a great move. I'm definitely picking it.
When I was near at the end and I was really racking my brain, and I was like, no, pick a couple tag team finishers. I'm like, I could pick the obvious ones, or I'm just going to pick one that I love. And I decided to pick Violence is Forever's Chasing the Dragon. And I thought, okay, this is going to be a first round exit. But then when I randomized it, and I saw it was going against Jack, who made the F5 famous for you?
Yeah, I mean, it is the cursed Brock Lesnar, no doubt. Obviously, there is all this controversy. He is clearly an evil fucking man, and it was probably gonna be remembered as just a bully and piece of shit in the wrestling world before the McMahon controversies came out. But it is his move, and he did and still does do a very good F5. So yeah, I'm not gonna say that it's like the Owens diverticulitis or like the Bolton Oleg F5 or something instead, because it is the Brock Lesnar F5.
Yeah, I can't pick a Brock Lesnar move, and I picked Chasing the Dragon, which, if you don't know what Chasing the Dragon is, you're not familiar with Violence Forever. It is basically a brain buster, but the one guy picks you up for the brain buster, the other guy kicks you in the head and then drops you on your head. It's not a crazy setup move, but I just kind of love.
Or if you're familiar with
yeah, true,
from old
true. But I like VIF's version more because two big sweaty guys on the indie, one from Alabama. Yeah, that rocks. But yeah, Cooper, what are you gonna go with? Or Jack, are you going with the F5?
No, I actually I have no problem picking Chasing the Dragon. I always like that as a tag team finisher. So we might as well all just wash our hands of the of the evil right at the beginning and take that one, because I don't feel like I'm betraying myself at all just picking that.
Like, I respect it. Like, the F5 is a great move, but like
it is a great finish.
There is no way to like rid yourself of the stank of, oh wait, who made that move? Who made that move popular? That's why I was like, when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, all right, man.
Fair enough. I was still like, when I sent you that, I was on a car ride back. I've been in a car ride for like 4 hours. I had just gotten over like the worst food poisoning of my life, and my brain was not all there. So half of my picks were just like the first shit that came to mind, just to get it over with.
We'll blame the worm that was living in Jack's stomach.
Exactly. He got the RFK worm in his stomach that just poisoned him to pick the F5. But then we move on to, I think, my pick versus Noah pick. We have the Tiger Driver 91, the F you and die version, the front-facing vertebraker, if you will, versus the Vader Bomb, which is not a power bomb for those who may not know. It is basically, it is better than a power bomb. It is Vader jumping up to the middle rope, getting all the way up there, and
it's also kind of a fucking
it is true. It is 300+ pound Vader getting up to the middle rope, pushing off, and landing directly flat, no give, onto you. Which I think has been used by, I don't know what Nia calls it now, but she uses that, a similar version.
Oh, God. Don't tell me
there's
that.
a lot of big men.
Why did you tell me that?
Well, no, she uses the sit down now. She just sits on people. She uses the Yokozuna.
Oh, the bonsai drop?
She used to use the Vader Bomb, I think, but now she uses the bonsai drop.
Well, that's back-to-back moves that Bolton has adopted, so we can go with that instead of Nia.
Well, we're going with the... Yeah, it's true. But the Vader Bomb versus the Tiger Driver 91. Cooper and Jack, what are you thinking of this? I'm like in the middle, so I'd like to hear what you have to say.
I'm not sure. I'm leaning towards Vader Bomb, I think. I really like it. And I'm going to pick it. So there you
go. I also love the Vader Bomb. I love Vader. If it was against any other move, I would probably pick it. But because it is the Tiger Driver 91, the real, true version of it, I mean, I think that's like as definitive of a finish as you can get. The problem with the Vader Bomb is that sometimes some fuckers kicked out of it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Including the fucking Guardian Angel from WCW Halloween Havoc one year that I had to watch for the prior show. And that was the weirdest shit ever to see. But yeah, I love the Vader Bomb. It is great. But Tiger Driver 91 is real, like, Megadeth finisher stuff. So I'm going.
It's funny, I picked Tiger Driver and it's like, all right, I'll probably go Tiger Driver. But then I was like, we have a lot of these similar moves, and I really do love the Vader Bomb. But then you reminded me that Guardian Angel kicked out of it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the Tiger Driver. I'm like, he left Johnny Ace directly on his head. That's pretty awesome. Also, I think what's amazing about the Tiger Driver is that's a move. Like, how do you not injure someone with that move? But he didn't. He never did.
Yeah, it is a miracle.
Yeah,
it is one of the great pro wrestling kind of like, sleight of hand tricks.
Especially like when you think of like recently when it's been reintroduced with Ospreay, like
that first one on Kenny, people were like really concerned, and Kenny was like,
not only that, but like when he hit it, he like lifted Kenny, held him for a second, and then dropped him. When you're watching a lot of those like '90s Misawa ones, he does not like hold you for a second. He just starts to pick you up, just immediately drops you. I'm like, oh my gosh. Onto your head. But with that being said, Tiger Driver 91's moving on. We have two Noah picks. The Mandible Claw. Or wait, no, maybe you picked the Mandible Claw, Jack. Did you?
I did pick the Mandible Claw.
The Mandible Claw versus the Clothesline from Hell. The first thing Noah sent me. So, are we shocked?
No.
Not at
all. And unfortunately, this is a case where Noah has a really good He's kind of right about this one.
It is true. If the Western Lariat is number one, clothesline might be number two. As much as I hate to say it, it is one of the greatest lariats of all time. It's oh man, I gotta fight JBL tonight. like everything else, whatever. But I gotta take the clothesline. Come on, bro. But I want to hear your case for the mandible claw, Jack.
I do love the mandible claw. I've always thought it was such a unique and like really sort of gets under your skin move for Mankind, and then turned into something that was great for his sort of weird ass beloved underdog second version of Mankind. And then I liked it when The Fiend brought it back as his ace in the hole for Wyatt. But actually, once again, I'm going against my own because the clothesline from hell is fucking legendary, and Cooper's right to say that sometimes Noah's onto something. So I think that will be advancing out of the first round.
Yep, it's got to be the clothesline from hell. Next, we have the Kokeshi versus the Heart Punch. I believe Jack picked the Kokeshi. So would you like to give your argument there?
Yes, Kokeshi is awesome and makes you happy, and I love seeing Hanma fly at you looking like a total like he turns into like a statue, and the version where he's just doing like it onto a seated opponent is legendary. The version where he's doing it from the top rope and just sort of flying at anyone with his head is it's the best, and I want it to go all the way, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I'll just sit here in my corner and pick Kokeshi alone.
I don't even remember the Heart Punch. I'm going to be honest. Even though I added it 5 times to the bracket. But I do remember the Kokeshi. And for that reason, I'm going to pick the Kokeshi.
You don't remember the Heart Punch? What do you mean? Logan, did you pick the Heart Punch,
it 3
right?
times.
No, Noah did.
Oh, Noah did. Okay, that makes more sense then. The Heart Punch is mostly Ox Baker's finisher, and literally it was he would like put he would like have one arm behind your head, and then while your chest was exposed, he would punch you right in the chest, and then you would like take a few steps forward, and then you'd have a heart attack and drop dead. So, that's the Heart Punch. if you need a point towards that, and I do love it that it is like old school, carny bullshit wrestling, which is great, and Ox Baker rules. Shout out Escape from New York, I think he's in. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's about Hanma. It's about the old Iron Head over here.
Clean sweep for Jack. You don't get to see those that often, so it's exciting.
Oh man,
I just love how everyone's like, "This is the coolest move. This is this for these reasons." Jack's just like, "I don't care. This guy rocks. This move is awesome." I'm having no argument against it. I will stand on my island alone.
It's the whole package with the Kokeshi.
it's Hanma,
really.
bro.
Not just the fact that it's a diving headbutt from a variety of heights, but just like he always goes down with a smile during it, and I think that's great.
Next we have Victoria's Widow's Peak, picks by one Alex Houston, versus the Torture Rack, picked by Mr. Jack Dudley, also picked by Noah Phillips, so double pick there. As Noah said, the Rack. Who would you like to say made this one famous? I'm assuming you're going with Luger?
I know it is the Luger move.
Okay.
The Ezekiel Jackson one, actually.
Big Zeke. Big Rick.
No, really. Yeah.
Big Rick.
Who did it before Lex Luger?
I don't know.
Did anyone?
I don't know.
I think
There's probably some 80s Joshi wrestlers that
probably
did not get enough credit for it. But
yep.
Yeah.
Jack, would you like to give your argument for the Torture Rack?
Torture Rack is one of the greatest submissions of all time, and it's um especially great because like it's fucking hard to do, and Luger could only do it because he is like one of the strongest men around during that era. It's not something that everyone could do. So when you see a big giant bodybuilder doing it, it's like, holy shit, he's gonna kill that guy. And it's another one that I know is completely ridiculous and makes no sense in real combat, but it's so visually impressive, and it was protected in an era where a lot of finishers weren't protected. So I mean, there's of course the most legendary of moments where he was able to beat Hollywood Hogan even just for one night, and the crowd just came unglued. That's what I think of when I think of the Rack, among other things. And I mean, my biggest reason for picking it is just go and watch it happen. It's mesmerizing, and it is one of my favorite finishers really ever.
It is funny that we have these two in an argument because they're both kind of the same thing, where it's like, in logic, yeah, this probably wouldn't be that great of a move. The Widow's Peak is she gets you set up for a power bomb, flips you over, grabs you by like your neck and your legs are wrapped around, and then just like drops you. But like you can like what part of, I guess it's supposed to be like a jawbreaker in a sort of sense, but half the time she lets go. So like visually it looks cool, but like logistically it's like this doesn't make sense, you know? Which is fine to have these two, but in an argument, I'm very glad we had more women representation in moves. I feel like we had an underlying looking at our bracket now, and it's a cool deep dive one to throw back. I think it's a cool looking finisher, but all I gotta say is rack 'em. Cooper?
Victoria is a crazy Zionist freak, so fuck her. And yeah, it's the fucking Rack, brother. Rack 'em up.
Rack 'em up. That's big Luger right there. We then move on to the Dominator, which you picked, Jack, right?
Yeah,
and
the Farouk version, if we're picking.
Yep. It's made famous by Farouk, later used by one Bobby Lashley, versus the own
David Finlay too.
You could have said the David Finlay Dominator. That would have been funny.
Yeah.
Versus there's no question of who made this move famous. The Styles Clash, picked by one Cooper Prater. You boys want to give your arguments?
I know I'm picking the Styles Clash. It's kind of funny. These are very similar
Good to know
moves.
that Jack is on the right side of history.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was purposefully trying to pick like sort of outside the box ones for a lot of
the Dominator's a good move.
Yeah, Dominator's a great move. Funnily enough, they're very similar moves, and really the Dominator is the more impactful version of it. But the Styles Clash has so much history to it, and it can have a lot of drama, you know, getting that sort of the arms underneath, and I like it. And it's AJ Styles, so yeah. Styles Clash for the win.
Yeah, it's the Styles Clash. It's just so, I mean, visually appealing to like watch the struggle and stuff. Even though it like in actuality is like the least like you get slammed onto your stomach, you know, like it's not like a crazy thing, but it's a Styles Clash. I guess Cooper it speaks for itself, brother. He's not.
It's the Styles.
Yeah, okay,
I picked it. Yeah, is the setup too complicated? Yes. Is it not particularly impactful? Compared to other moves from a higher angle? Yes. But also, fuck you. It's AJ Styles.
But also, F you. That's the best way of saying it. We then move on to another close one, another close battle. This is one that I'm very interested for Cooper to have to say. The Orange Crush by Kenta Kobashi, as picked by the Gimmick Killer, Cooper Prater. Similar moves when you get the setup, and then slightly varying when you have the actuality, because the next move, made famous by El Generico. It is specifically the top rope brain buster, but I couldn't fit that all into one thing, so I just put brain buster, and I assumed you would understand where I was coming from.
I know what you're talking about.
I couldn't put top rope and fit it into things, so I was like, all right, I'll just put brain buster, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Cooper, I'm very interested in what you have to say here.
Yeah, so fuck this list, and this is a personal attack on me specifically. I really hate that you made this pick, or that the randomizer.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm being honest. This is the first time I'm actually looking at the bracket all the way down. I just randomized it like 20 times, and I'm like, all right, whatever order it's in. So this is the first time I'm like, oh yeah, these two are back to. It's like the Cooper Prater nightmare.
That sucks, dude. That sucks.
What are you gonna pick, Cooper?
I love both these moves so much. The Orange Crush. Look, everybody. Yes, the Burning Hammer is great, and it has such a mythos around it. You know, Kenta Kobashi's super Megadeth move that he only used like 7 times in his entire career. It was so goddamn dangerous and insane. But it's important to remember that at the time that he busted it out, the Orange Crush was that as well. Kobashi was mostly using like the moonsault for his finish in his early All Japan days, which for him looked nuts and very impactful and really legit. And he decided that he needed to step it up. I forget what the opponent. It might have been Saruda or Masawa. I forget which one. But the setup is he gets you up in, kind of vertical suplex brainbuster position, and then instead of falling backwards with you, he pushes you forwards and drops you into a sit-out power bomb. It looks crazy when you look at it, and I've been kind of obsessed with it recently as I've been watching a bunch of Kobashi early All Japan stuff. But then it's the Brainbuster, the Generico, top turnbuckle Brainbuster, which is maybe about as perfect as a wrestling move can be. Hey, pass. Go. Let's. I want to hear you guys' too before
the
I
brain buster. It's the brain buster.
Really?
It's the brain buster. I love the Orange Crush, but I mean, he drops you directly on your head on the turnbuckle, brother. It's that easy. It's that, especially because it's coming from someone like Generico, who isn't the biggest guy. He's very skinny early on. It's not like you would expect more of a high flying or something, but like just it's mean. It looks gross. Like, and if it's done wrong, it looks worse. Example, Kanose Takeshita doing it on Will Ospreay and missing the top rope turnbuckle. I think the Orange Crush is a great move. I think it's a great solid move, and like it's surprisingly how little it's imitated because nobody can touch it. But I don't know, man. Like, there's never been a move that's made me jump up and down for joy more than seeing the Brain Buster whenever you hit that on Walter at WrestleMania. Like, it's the Brain Buster.
Yeah, but funnily enough, I've got to be the other side of the coin here because I think I love the Brain Buster, but I don't have the same ROH sort of nostalgia as y'all. Japanese wrestling is my bread and butter, and I think the Orange Crush has to take it because for the same reason, it's the fucking Orange Crush, and he did it, man. I love that move, and I think it could kill anybody, and I want to see it go forward. So, Cooper, sadly, it has to come down to you.
You two are the angel and devil.
Don't blame me. Don't blame me. Jack could have saved you from this fate.
Orange Crush is better.
God damn it. It's the Brain Buster. I'm sorry. It's the Brain Buster.
Yes, Koopa. Yes.
I did in fact jump up and hug Logan Hurston and jump up and down together with him after he did it on Walter at WrestleMania. So I can't deny that.
Yeah. Next we have the Hurricane, which I think was picked by Cooper, right?
Yes,
versus get ready, baby. Jack, do you know which one this is? Are you looking at the bracket?
I'm looking at it right now. Let's see. It's Hurricane.
Shout it out. Shout it out, Jack.
Destino.
All right, I'm very excited to hear the arguments for this one.
Destino is one of the all-time iconic finishers from this iconic era of New Japan. And I mean, people were on their hands and knees crying real tears wanting Naito to fucking hit that move and win the championship. And then crying real tears when he decided not to finish with it and go up for that shitty other move instead. Destino is great. It's very Naito, and I just like it. I think it's very visually impressive. I think when he's able to, it's one of those moves that is dependent on the selling of the opponent. It's really, really great when they put their all into dropping behind on their head like Omega always used to do. Sometimes people don't want to do all that, but most of the time they do because Naito is that top guy over there and it's very respected. And I remember when I was first getting into New Japan, Naito at this point in Noah has completely lost it. Obviously, he's lost his step, but it was really cool for those last few years. I was really getting into watching it because it became dramatic seeing if he was going to be able to hit the damn move. And I always like stuff like that where real life kind of intersects with wrestling. So I enjoyed that about it. And the call is obviously famous. It's one of my absolute favorites from that time period. So I'm picking that. I don't even know what the goddamn Hurricane is.
Oh my god!
Is that the Eddie Kingston
Cooper,
in the Aja Kong, right?
Who are you? Yeah. Who are you picking? Made famous by Aja or Eddie?
This is the Aja
Kong
version.
That's what I thought.
I love
that's
Eddie.
what I thought.
I love Eddie, and I think he does a good version of this. But let me tell you boys a little something. Let me learn you something about the Jungle Empress. All right, look, God made the devil just for fun. All right, but when he wanted the real thing, Jack Dudley, Logan Hurston, you know who he made? He made Aja Kong. All right,
that is true.
So, Aja Kong is the greatest women's wrestler of all time. She's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. And this move, the Hurricane, is her spinning around and hitting you with the back of her fist right across your fucking jaw. It is incredible. There's never been a better move in Joshi wrestling, I don't think, ever. Except for maybe a slight number 2 that we will get to later in the list. It's great for Aja. It looks like a fucking decapitation, especially when she has a really good opponent who can really sell for it. The ones that she gives to Manami Toyota, especially in in the Tokyo Dome match with Manami, where she just looks like she fucking got hit by a gun. The ones against Akira Hokuto, Kyoko Inoue takes a really great one. The force and hate that she unleashes this thing with in the heat of battle is just really, really incredible to see. And even now, her in her older age, this is the beauty of the Hurricane, is that it's a move that still looks good even though, Aja is noticeably slower, because she can still spin around and she can still fling her fist at you. And she has done it to many a rookie trainee Joshi wrestler trying to make it through the ranks, only to get shot down by the one true Jungle Empress. Shout out to Naito, but he's old, he's washed, he's cooked. His knees are chopped, done. L ratio. He should hang it up, buddy.
Logan,
Aja Kong.
Logan, I need you to draw upon all of that deep-seated hatred you have for women's wrestling, the disdain that you have for all of the ladies.
Remember, Logan, if you pick this,
this is not aping your case. You're help Destino move
you're
along.
the biggest misogynist in all of wrestling. Logan Hurston, if you pick this.
Dude, first of all, I hate this narrative, all right? This is not true. This is not true.
You have the chance to undo it then. You have a chance to undo it.
Here's the deal. It is completely opposite, right? They have similarities in, like, sometimes both moves are hit bad by different people, It can be missed. But, like, the Destino is one of the greatest move names of all time, right? When Naito hits that, it's like, it's like a.
Are you really going to give credit to a move called by Kevin Kelly?
Shut up! But it's the Hurricane. That's what I gotta say. I was going for it's the Hurricane. Like that. Look, it can be hit by anybody. The fact that it is Aja Kong hitting it too is like, come on, man. Like, as much as I love Destino, that man is not hitting it nowadays. Like it is aged bad. But, like, if it was going against something else, I probably would pick it. But I love the Hurricane. I've always loved it. I think it makes logistical sense. It's something you can hit outside of wrestling. Like, yeah, if I spun around and hit you with a back fist, it's going to hurt, If I try to do backflip somersault and hold your head, I'm just going to land on my head. I'm not going to get no force on that one. It's the Hurricane. Yeah, Cooper's like trying to argue against me when I'm trying to prove his point over here.
I was worried. I was
already thinking I was going to pick the Hurricane, and then Jack's like, think about all your hate for women's wrestling. Well, I'm definitely getting it now.
I thought it would work.
I was like, I thought you were gonna help me. You're gonna be like, think about how cool Naito is. I'm like, that's true. You're gonna like, think about how much you hate women, Logan. And they're like, yeah.
I thought I was gonna be able to reach you that way.
Hey,
awful, bro. He's like, if I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna go down swinging.
Hey, totally unrelated, real quick. We're just gonna take a quick pause here. I would like to vote that because I just looked at the clock.
There's no way we can do these next two segments.
Do not talk about Revolution and New Japan Cup today. I think we should hold that off for next time.
Yeah, we should just do New Japan Finals and Revolution review next week, because I think we're going all the way to 11.
That's fine.
Which is okay, because I'm having the time of my life.
Yeah, this is great. This is the best episode so far.
The ankle lock is made famous by Kurt Angle, picked by me because I needed more submissions. I'm like, we don't have enough submissions. I love submission finishers. Versus the Gonzo Bomb. There's many different. Yeah, go ahead,
before we start, I don't want, Logan, I love you. I don't want to throw you under the bus too much. But you wrote this. It's spelled G-A-S-O Bomb, and you wrote it like Gonzo the Muppet.
Well, no. He actually, maybe depending on who he's talking about, he didn't.
Really?
I think
does somebody spell it as Gonzo?
I'm doing the Brody King version. I'm not doing the original Gonzo Bomb that's spelled G-O-N-S-O. I'm doing the Brody King current version, which I'm pretty sure is spelled like Gonzo journalism or Gonzo.
Oh my god, it's spelled with a Z, like Gonzo.
Yes.
Okay, fuck. Sorry, Logan. That is very funny.
Well, I didn't do the original because it's a super finisher and it's not used very often. Okay. I did Brody's because it is used like every single week kind of thing. It is one of my favorite pile driver type moves, even though I'm like, remember when I was like, oh, I don't want like 20 different pile drivers, and then I picked like 20 different pile drivers. But this is hard because I love the ankle lock. I think when Kurt Angle just grabs your ankle and hits it and twists it in a bunch of different positions, it looks awesome. But also, basically doing the Dominator, but instead of landing you flat on your stomach, just landing you directly on your head, looks like the most brutal thing I've ever
when
seen.
I realized what you're talking about, I had to look it up. This is almost, I guess this is Drilla-esque move.
It is the Drilla Killa. It is the Drilla Killa, but we're not calling it
fair.
the Drilla
You can
Killa
give it to Brody.
because Brody had it
That's
first.
fair. I just didn't know. I didn't even. I feel
The
like
Gonzo Bomb, the Drilla Killa. You know, it's one and the same. I'm gonna hit that Drilla, right? I'm gonna hit that Gonzo, right? I want to hear what you two have to say because I feel like we're gonna pick the Gonzo, but I want to see if there's someone who picked the ankle
lock is good, but it's not even Kurt's best finisher. The Olympic Slam is better, and ankle lock is. It's just like, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I suppose it's not flashy enough for me to get excited about it. It was like a submission, even with all of Kurt's intensity behind it. Like, it's still not super exciting to me, so I am going to be picking the Gonzo Bomb.
Not even the Grapevine, brother. When he gets you in the Grapevine,
the Grapevine is cool, but no, still no.
Cooper,
I do love the angle theatrics for the ankle lock. And especially the Grapevine, I think is a great touch that he added to it. Really makes like a sort of Megadeth variant of it. That's cool and all, but I mean, and I know I shouldn't let it influence my pick, but it does. At the end of the day, one of these moves was also done by Jack Swagger, and the other one was not.
Oh,
I'm gonna go with the Gonzo Bomb, I'm afraid.
The Drilla Killa. That'd be funny if I did just pick the Drilla
Dude,
Killa.
yeah. If you did, I would pick that too, honestly, because I am going to hit that Drilla, all right?
I'm going to hit that Drilla, right? Right? All right. The Razor's Edge, as made famous by Razor Ramon, Scott Hall, picked by Cooper Prater, Jack Dudley, and I'm pretty sure Noah Phillips also. So a lot of people love this move. But the Cobra Twist, brother. The Cobra Twist. I'm interested in what Jack has to say here.
Sorry. It's the Cobra Twist and Razor's Edge, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the Razor's Edge is a great finisher, made extra sort of impressive by, Hall's size, and it was cool and unique for the time. I've always been a huge fan of it, going back and watching his old matches, but I'll say that I do think it lacks, funnily enough, the edge of having Scott Hall ever be like a consistent tip-top guy in pro wrestling. I keep talking about these moves are put over more when they have, a certain mystique to them and a certain icon status that only comes from being really one of the top guys of your promotion, and that being like an unbeatable move. And the Cobra Twist is the finisher of one of the absolute greatest top guys in history, the owner and founder of New Japan Pro Wrestling, the great Antonio Inoki. The symbol of fighting spirit. That move is really, really cool and really unique to Inoki. It's a submission that is not. I mean, it's not like a million people were doing the Cobra Twist. I guess people like to remember it now, just in honor of the man. But it was his move, and it was his move all throughout his just that legendary, run as the man to beat. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick that. It's a great finisher, and it's such a great like visual of Inoki with his legs and arms all wrapped around you, making you submit. I love
Cooper, as the first picker of the Razor's Edge.
Yeah, I am. So I'm not going to besmirch the Cobra Twist or Antonio Inoki in any way. I love the man, and I think that this podcast owes a great deal to him. The move is great. I will, however, just make the affirmative case for the Razor's Edge, which I think is probably, up until the One-Winged Angel, really the most protected move in professional wrestling. Scott Hall was very intentional that if he hit this and then proceeded to pin you after, you would not kick out of it. Like that, it was kind of a rule that he had set in place for it, and I think it really benefited into adding to, as Jack said, kind of the mystique of the move. Hall's placement on the card notwithstanding, I think that the move transcends that. He was such a massive guy, getting you up so high. It's a similar effect as like the Spirit Bomb for me, especially like, those like raw like jobber squashes that he would do, like, even like the when he would try to like, get the 1-2-3 kid up for it or something like that, like when you get like a really like kind of scrawny small guy up super high, and then he just launches them right forward. It really does look like just the worst day of work for a professional wrestler to draw the assignment to face Scott Hall that night. Even the way that he holds you up too, like by holding your arms out like that and just like kind of dangling you up there, it makes the other guy look so like small and helpless, and just he's so imposing. It's just like it might be my favorite like classic era WWF finisher ever, maybe, I think, out of that whole roster. Give me Scott Hall all day long.
So here's my hot take about the Razor's Edge. I think it's done better when he doesn't push off much, or like he just holds them almost all the way down, because they're landing, like when they can't move, they have to land directly on their shoulders. Mm-hmm. Like it looks kind of weird, but like the impact, even though it's slow, like it's just like the first you're holding up in that crucifix type of, like, you look like you're Jesus Christ, and then just bam, right almost on your head and neck and shoulders, looks brutal, versus like when he does shove off sometimes, some people just land like flat on their back and it doesn't look as impactful sometimes. But I picked the Cobra Twist. And I think, well, here's the deal. I think the Razors, I was surprised Razor's Edge got passed. That's what I was wondering for Jack, so it was like, you picked this, but like it's Inoki. Yeah. Like, this is a move that I think still, like, the way he did it, it just looks like he's putting his full force of his body and just right in your abdomen and ripping your arm off. Looks brutal. I really like submission finishers. I think it's hard to do, but I think submission finishers are some of the best, because like the struggle always is fun. Like, and the way the crowd, like, again, as much as I hate that the Big Baby lost at Wrestle Kingdom, him losing to the Boston Crab is awesome. Like, the way the crowd popped for it. But I think for that reason, mainly because I don't think there's a bad looking Cobra Twist, but I think there could be a way somebody takes a bad looking Razor's Edge. Not really Scott Hall's fault, more the wrestler's fault. I'm gonna go with the Cobra Twist.
Woo!
All right, moving on. The Babe with the Power Bomb, which I labeled as the Doctor Bomb because I couldn't fit it all in one sentence. versus the Tour de Islands, made famous by Jeff Cobb, not JC Mateo or the monster Mantanza. Mantanza.
But wrong both times.
Matanza.
Matanza.
Montanza.
Still
right?
wrong.
It's Matanza. Matanza.
Matanza.
Yes.
There it is.
All right. Well, Jeff Cobb. I got a shirt of this move, brother. I got a shirt that says Tour of the Islands on it with Jeff Cobb hitting the move and a bunch of attributes. As much as I love the Dr. Bomb, the Babe, and the Power Bomb, it is one of my favorite current finishers because I love that gut wrench power bomb. We have a lot of power bombs. The Tour is different, bro. Even though he's in WWE right now, putting on weird GOD face paint, being the fourth member of a Solo Sikoa faction, you got to give me the Tour of the Islands.
Yeah, the Tour of the Islands is one of the coolest, I think, modern finishers. I mean, and it's really unique to Cobb. I mean, I think he kind of was just cooking that one up in the lab one day and came up with it. It's something that, only a dude that's just, again, like I sort of said with the rack before, but this is probably more true than that. It's something that only a real fucking strong Olympian dude would ever want to do because it does take a lot of strength to pull it off. But I love the Dr. Bomb. I think it's one of my favorite power bomb variations, actually. Y'all were talking about the Spirit Bomb for you earlier, and I always loved Dr. Death doing that with the sit-out. It was very, very impactful for me, and so I think I've got to pick that as my big bomb representation.
So I did pick Willow's, Babe with the Power Bomb version, particularly of the Dr. Bomb, which I think is the best version of. I think I'd like hers better than Steve Williams, perhaps blasphemously. Just the way that she really fucking like yanks you up for it. I really like that. The Tour of the Islands is great. It is a athletically it is kind of a freak of nature sort of thing that really only Jeff Ukabu can do. Logan, you might have gotten me if you hadn't started talking about the MFTs, brother. No, the Dr. Bomb is going through. It's Big Willow time, I'm afraid. When
Jack said the Dr. Bomb, and he said specifically Dr. Death, I'm like, it's the Willowverse, it's the Willowverse. I was like, I literally sighed. It's like the first one I've been disappointed that did not get to the second round. I think this is one of my favorite finishers.
It is great,
ever.
yeah.
Which is fair because you were disappointed. I could feel your disappointment through the screen.
Sorry,
I was about to say I've been disappointed a couple times, so it's about time that we get even.
I'm still picking it even with the knowledge that it is the Willow version. By the way, that doesn't change anything.
The Scorpion Death Drop, which is, as you don't know who Sting is, stop listening to this podcast and start watching some Sting matches and come back.
Do the knowledge.
How do you not know who Sting is? Versus someone that some people may not know, the Awful Waffle, as made famous by Chuck Taylor. I picked so many. I just started blanking out. I'm like, all right, what pile drivers do I love? I love Chuck Taylor and I love this move. But even though I picked the Awful Waffle, I'm picking the Scorpion Death Drop. I'm not even going to give the argument for it because as great as the Awful Waffle is, we have so many similar pile drivers. He basically, if you guys have never seen it before, he scoops you up by your crotch from a standing position, flips you upside down, and then just drops you in a sitting pile driver position. But if you don't, and I'm not even going to mention what the Scorpion Death Drop is because if you don't know, again, go do your due diligence.
The Scorpion Death Drop is funny because it's not a move I think it is carried less by how like impactful it is as a move, but more by how like absolutely badass Sting looked every single time he did it. And that was true even in old age, like the back in the NWA days, he'd pull the guy's hair back and pull him into it and then drop him after fucking falling from the rafters. It's just the whole package was legit. And yeah, I definitely think I'm gonna take that. The Awful Waffle is great. It is also known as Omega Driver or the unsafe pile driver, if you will. It's funny, and it's also it's funny that in PWG, Chuck Taylor was like Chuck Taylor, but then also had this kill move. Like that's a good gimmick. But the Scorpion Death Drop is legendary, and I love it. I just absolutely love it. I love that it was one that he was able to keep long into his career and still look like an absolute king. So.
All right, moving on.
Hey!
Oh, sorry.
I thought, I was like, did Cooper go?
I blanked out. We've been going for so long, brother.
Didn't even want me to get a chance. It's a conspiracy, I tell you. I love Chuck Taylor. I want to say that first. I love Chuck Taylor. It's the stinger, brother. And the funny thing is, Scorpion Death Drop, not even my favorite Sting finisher. I like the Death Lock more. I like this sharpshooter. Maybe some things can stay in 2010.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I just know, like, as soon as you lead, you start with, I love this person. Like, you're not going to agree with them, though. I
love Chuck Taylor.
The Kentucky Gentleman. Actually, this should be edited because I've realized that I broke my own rule again. This time, both by me. I put the Tiger Driver 91 in.
Oh my God!
So I cannot
yes.
have the Emerald Flosion as good of a move it is. But I've already thought of this because I realized when we were talking about it. Oh wait, can't have that. So it's the Northern Lights Bomb, which is picked by Mr. Cooper Prater, as made famous by, drumroll please, say it, Cooper.
I knew you were not going to even try. Akira Hokuto.
Yeah, no, not trying that. You pick the name, you pick the person. I'm gonna pick a similar move. It's different, but similar way you're landing. The Cradle Shock by it's Chris Sabin that does it, right? Or is it Shelley?
Oh,
one of them.
That's Sabin's move.
Sabin's, yeah, that's what I thought.
Let me look at the Cradle Shock again real quick before I say anything.
Okay, I'll go ahead then because I do know what the Cradle Shock looks like, and it is a very good move.
Oh, this is nothing like the Northern Lights Bomb. What are you talking about?
No, I'm not saying it's like the Northern Lights Bomb. I was saying you land in a similar position as the Emerald Flosion. Is what I was saying.
Okay.
Which is on your like neck shoulder area.
Kind of. I mean, it's a Michinoku driver variant. Is what it is.
I guess. But I don't know. I was like, this was my alternate, and I was like, well, there you go. I feel like we're just gonna pick the Northern Lights Bomb.
Yeah, have you looked at the Northern Lights Bomb?
Is waiting.
I know what the Northern Lights Bomb is.
Yeah, move on. Northern Lights Bomb is fucking goated. It's winning.
Yeah.
It's great. Literally, just look up any compilation of it on YouTube. It's incredible. Like you'll forget how much time you spent looking at it.
Yep. Oh my gosh! I just looked it up just for one more time, just for fun. I'm like, that shouldn't be allowed.
Dude, it should be illegal.
It should be illegal, brother. The Taz Mission, picked by Mr. J.M. Dudley.
Say its real name.
The
Red Rum.
Kata Hajime.
I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
No, I mean, I know. That's what Jack put it as, so I was respecting his pick.
But it is, yeah. It is the Kata Hajime.
Brother, I have the beanie that says Kata Hajime on it. That every time I wear it, someone's like, "What is your beanie supposed to be? What is that supposed to be?" And I'm like, and then I had to explain to my one friend. He's like, "That's not a real move." I'm like, "It's a real move. It's a real submission." Kata Hajime. Versus Big Pressure, which is also known as the JML driver, formerly done by one Swerve Strickland.
Wait, that's the Big Pressure. What's the kick called?
The house call.
The house call. That's
House call.
Mm.
Yeah. I didn't put any of... Someone else picked, I think, the house call, but I was like, I can't put that in because we already have a Swerve move. Swerve has like 3 pretty good finishers, so it's like pick your poison kind of a thing. Because house call is almost like a signature now. He'll use the finisher every once in a while, but
He was
on what
finishing people with it pretty regularly, like during his title run. But then since then, it's become Big Pressure.
Big Pressure, yeah. It just depends. You know, if he hits a great one out of nowhere, or it's like his second time hitting it, he'll finish you off.
His finisher is the last move that he hits you with.
Yeah, true. I do love someone that can finish people with like 3 or 4. This is the Danielson rule, brother. But do you want to give your argument for the Kata Hajime, Taz Mission, Red Rum, if you will?
I just think it's cool and good. I like it for all the same reasons we like the chicken wing before. They're kind of like sister submissions. Taz always looked like a badass doing it. I liked his whole aura, and I like that era of pro wrestling where MMA influence was sort of first starting to seep in with guys like Shamrock and Taz and shit like that. I do like Big Pressure, but I haven't seen enough of Swerve, honestly, to feel like I really want to pick that. So I am going to go with the Taz Mission, even if I feel like I might be fighting a losing battle. Or I mean the Kata Hajime, or whatever.
That was the most Joey Styles like, I think, so far. Cooper.
I picked Big Pressure, and I'm picking it to go through. I love the setup for it. Swerve, I think, is like one of the few people who can really like do it. Quite frankly, you know, and it is a driver variation, but I think it is so unique looking that I think it gets, you know, a pass from me, definitely. And yeah, it is kind of like the same rule that we had with, you know, like the package pile driver and the muscle buster. Like, there is something about just folding somebody up and kind of like just crunching them down that makes for a real kind of like you can see the sort of Mortal Kombat X-ray of like the vertebrae snapping, you know. And I guess my point against the Taz Mission, the Kata Hajime, is that it doesn't really. I never thought it made much sense for Taz to have a submission finisher
After he did all the suplexes before,
because he's the human suplex machine, and he has a better he has the Taz Plex, which is this kind of like setup with, you know, your arm and your head trapped, but then he just throws you back, which I think is like the better Taz finish. So yeah, I'm going Big Pressure.
Well, I do get him having the submission finisher just because, like, if you're weakened so much for taking all these suplexes, you're not going to be able to normally get out of the submission attempt, and your head's wobbly because of all these suplexes you're taking. He just chokes you out, you know?
Yeah, but like, do another suplex.
Do another suplex, brother. Yeah.
I love jokes, you know what I'm saying?
There's a video of him explaining it, and he's like, "If he don't tap here, I just keep choking harder." Oh, this is hard. I love Big Pressure, right? I think the move is great. I completely understand the argument of it does look like a Mortal Kombat finisher. I love it, especially when he first hits it. I think he brought it out for Hangman, right? originally, and that hangman move was like one of the first times he started hitting it, other than like the swerve stomp.
He used it in the Indies.
Yes, but for AEW,
yeah, in AEW, I think the swerve stomp and the house call were his main things, and he introduced it later.
Yeah, he introduces the JML driver, and I think he first hit it during that Hangman feud before Texas Death, and when he first hit it, like when he grabs him up, this is like before Swerve had put on all this power weight now, and like held him in that position, like almost like a like similar to like the Glamazon slam of like, oh my gosh, what are they doing? And just slammed him down. But at the same time, I love the Kata Hajime, brother. I love that move. But we do have the chicken wing. And I think for that alone, and because I've made Cooper so unhappy this whole time, I'm going to pick the big pressure JML driver.
That is not a good
reason. Split. I'm like... Well, you said I'm a misogynist live on air, so it kind of equals out.
Logan Hurston is a friend to women everywhere.
Oh my god!
Thank you.
He would never say such things.
I think this might have been. It's up there for my hardest one because I have the Kata Hajime beat. I feel like I'm turning back on my brother.
I was like, oh man, I'm screwed. Logan's gonna pick this.
But it's like when he said it's like the chicken wing, I'm like, yeah, it is like the chicken wing. And then also that Geek Hook uses it, so it's like
right.
He soils
it. He does
soil it
a
little bit.
That is true.
Yeah. Big pressure always does look great. I don't think I've ever seen a bad one actually. I mean, probably somebody on the indies took it terribly. Who knows? But we have two flying moves, two classic ones. The flying elbow, which I think was picked by you, right, Jack?
Yeah, that was mine.
And which version are you picking?
The Macho Man flying elbow.
Yep. Versus the Harlem Hangover, done by WCW Booker T.
Yeah, it's cool having two really great top rope ones against each other like this.
Yep. Jack, I'll go first. This is hard. I actually love the flying elbow, and I probably would have picked it if not for this. It sucks that it's been like almost like a transition move. I feel like we need to bring it back, But the Harlem Hangover just looks nasty. It looks nasty. I'm gonna flip and land my leg as hard as possible onto your neck, brother. Good luck. F you. Sometimes it doesn't look great. Maybe he doesn't really hit the head, but when he hits it, and it looks awesome. He's such a big guy doing it too. Like, a guy that big should not be flipping over and landing my leg directly on your head or neck area. That's why I'll go with the Harlem Hangover, but I don't know. I could be persuaded, depending on what Jack says, to go with the flying elbow.
Well, I mean, to be honest, you're right that the Harlem Hangover, every time I see it happen, I'm like, this guy's head is just going to come smooth off when he But the flying elbow is, it looks like hurts just as much to me. I mean, Macho Man really always dug that shit, especially later in his career where he couldn't not do it. Like, that was one of those just like we talked about with the Road Warriors and Doomsday Device. It's just like, especially with jobbers and it's like, you're just going to sit there and get fucked up kind of move. And Macho always looked so majestic coming off the top rope with the fingers right before it. I mean, it's just peak 80s wrestling badassery. And I love to see the man soar, and I think it's got, even though Booker's Harlem Hangover is really great, I think the fact that he didn't use it as much when he was at his peak as a singles wrestler kind of takes away from it for me. He started using the scissors kick more, and went away from being a part of Harlem Heat. So I think I'm going to choose the elbow for that reason.
Yep. All right.
Hey,
Mr. Cooper.
Yes,
I was saying,
yes.
all right,
Okay.
Cooper.
I was worried.
Don't worry.
Yeah, both great top rope moves. It is really, really tough pick. I do like the Harlem Hangover. I think is much better than the Bookend, obviously, which is I think nobody's favorite Booker T finish. But I think I might like the axe kick a little bit more.
I almost
for him
put in
his
the axe
solo.
kick on mine. I guess it wouldn't have gone through because of only one.
No, you would have picked first.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, he's a massive dude, and it's almost like the Megadeth version of Bob Eaton's Alabama Jam, right? Just the front flip adds a little extra stank on it, but Macho Man's flying elbow is so burned so deeply into my like wrestling subconscious. Like, I think I saw the flying elbow before I ever saw a professional wrestling match ever. Like, I think I just like knew that it was a dangerous thing that like could like really hurt.
That could
somebody.
really happen.
Yeah, right. Like
someone could just do that to you.
So much so that when I would go over to my buddies, my rich friends' houses who had trampolines in their backyards, and we would play wrestle on their trampolines, my finisher was always, as I called it, the big elbow. Which was I would just fucking jump and elbow the shit out of them on their chest. And yeah, I do think Macho like lands it super like it's like the ideal way to do it, really. There's not really the same problem that like a lot of folks have with it, where like they'll land sort of feet first and then drop down just a little bit. Like it really, I mean, it's Macho Man and Kairi Sane, I think, are like the two best ones at it, because they just really truly throw caution to the wind. So in honor of the Macho Man and of the big elbow, I gotta go with the flying elbow.
Yeah, it's the flying elbow. I gave my argument for the Harlem Hangover, but I was like, there's something about seeing the Macho Man soar through the air like an eagle while like all the photos go on in the background. And you're like, you don't think he's ever going to come down, just lands directly on your sternum. I also think, I agree on the fact that it's a move that, like, if you've never seen pro wrestling, like, I feel like if you're just like play fighting, you would do an elbow like that, or you jump off and do an elbow, you know?
Yeah.
It's iconic.
A big elbow, one might say.
The big elbow, some would say. Cooper, the gimmick killer Cooper, the big elbow Prater. That's who you're going to be introduced from now on.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I was really an innovator back in the day.
Final two, I cannot wait to hear your reaction to this matchup. Kill Switch, or the Unprettier, picked by Mr. J.M. Dudley. And the Meltdown, picked by Alex Houston. And I want to read you.
I can't believe that you don't know what this is, Jack.
Sorry.
Jack. It's Wrath's finisher from WCW.
Oh, when he was I'm gonna Adam Bomb, yeah. Okay.
Yep. I'm gonna. It's basically like. So Alex said, whenever I asked this question, he sent a bunch of responses. But he put, like, all this stuff, He said whatever Swerve's finisher is called, not Swerve Stomp, but the other one. Wasn't Victoria's finisher called the Widow's Peaks? That one for sure. You know what? F it. Put the last ride in there. I love a powerbomb. What can I say? But he said the Meltdown, should be Rhea's instead of the dang Riptide.
It is a better Riptide.
Yeah, the idea of it, yes.
And but the execution.
Yeah.
And the execution.
Okay, here's the deal. I disagree in the fact of, why do we have to have the pump
handle? I was going to
say. The pump handle does nothing.
Gets the momentum, brother.
It's reverse momentum.
Reverse momentum. It's reversed.
The wrong way. He stops it halfway through.
The second part of the move looks awesome, but like you don't need the pump handle, brother. You don't need it. You don't like at least with the Riptide, she like pump handles him, puts him in the air, and like gets him in that position to like, reverse him around or whatever. You can at least come with it, but like. You don't need the pump handle for the meltdown, brother. You could just do a power slam.
No. You don't understand.
But wait. No. Cooper, are you going to pick the meltdown?
You're goddamn right I am. Absolutely. Bro, look at it. Look at him. Look at Raph, dude. That's...
Oh man!
All professional wrestling should have stopped after fucking WCW went down, and he never had a career after.
Kevin Nash really is a terrorist for killing his push.
Brother, I'm telling you.
Jack,
are you going to tell me that the kill switch is a better move?
Jack, are you going to say that?
I am. I've always liked the kill switch.
Really?
I'm drawn to it. I don't know. It's probably real. It's probably stupid, but I like. I sort of was getting into wrestling for the first time, or at least my memories of wrestling extend back to Christian's like short main event push in WWE after coming back from TNA, and I thought it was a damn cool move. And he was one of my favorites back then. So, yeah, I'm picking it. I think the pump handle setup is fucking stupid. I always have. I don't like any pump handle moves. And I looked it up. And I looked up the meltdown because I couldn't remember what it was. And I, made a stank face. I was like, shit, this is not it. There's no reason to do all that shit. I'm totally with Logan. And I know that there is no reason to flip someone over so weirdly as Christian does either. But...
my big problem with the kill switch is he just has them by the hands. Like, like, dude, literally just like move your hands away. Like,
but the grip strength, brother. The grip strength he has.
The grip strength. Oh, the pump handle though. The pump. Man, fuck you.
He's got range control.
Okay. Here's the deal. Both these moves suck.
This is a bad.
No, I can't believe the two worst moves in the bracket, other than maybe the Steiner recliner got put back to back. The thing is, I don't know. I've been inbrained to the kill switch because I've seen it so much over the years, and Christian's awesome. And I like the idea of, even if it is he's just holding on to their hands, I'm not really paying attention to that. I just think he's got them locked by the arms and he drops them on their head.
And for what it's worth,
and he's put his back into their head,
Yeah, and pump friction is good too. When Juice did it and did the jump added with it, that's also a good move.
That's also what Chelsea does. Chelsea has the unprettier, and she jumps into it too. But I don't know if there's something that irks me more in wrestling than a useless pump handle.
With you, Logan.
And most of the pump handles are useless. There's very few times. I think maybe Pete Dunne's bitter end at least has somewhat of a use for the pump handle part, where it's the momentum you could say on that, but he reverses the momentum. The momentum is just more effort for him to he can just grab
so hard, dude.
This makes no sense. This is a worse version of the Dominator.
No, it's better.
The fact that Cooper is dying on this hill, part of me wants to push it along. It doesn't matter because both these moves will be beat direct in the next round. But I thought Cooper was gonna be how did you let Alex pick
the
meltdown?
Dog, when he's right. I don't know what to tell you.
All right, it's the kill switch. I'm not allowing the meltdown to make it past the next round.
All right.
Finally, 3 hours Remember when we thought we were going to talk for like another 2 hours after this?
Not a chance.
It was funny. We got halfway through and I looked and I was like, oh my gosh, we have so much bracket left.
Yeah.
Luckily, there'll be half the time next week. I feel like it'll be easier.
This should just become a bracket podcast. We come up with something new every single week.
Every week. We never talk about wrestling.
That'd be ideal, honestly.
The Swanton Bomb as picked by Alex Houston.
Really?
Versus the Death Rider.
I totally created a
Dog,
false memory
that makes
of
so
me
much sense.
doing the Swanton.
You might have picked it.
I might have also picked it.
No, you probably picked it. I don't think it's out. No. Alex picked it because he said if the Whisper in the Wind doesn't count,
that move
put
sucks.
the Swanton Bomb. And I said, yeah, the Whisper in the Wind does not count. It's not a finisher. So
it's hard. It's just...
Remember, Alex Houston loves the Meltdown, the Whisper in the Wind, and the Widow's Peak. Those are his favorite finishers.
That's fine.
He's right on.
But anyway. I can't believe you die on this hill, bro.
It's a good move.
They should have pushed the Atom Bomb, brother.
Be a world champion by promotion.
Anyway, Swanton up there with one of the most iconic flying moves of all time. Probably top 3 at least. I don't know if there's other than maybe like the flying elbow. I don't know if there's many more you could say.
The shooting star press.
Yes, but by who?
By Jushin Liger.
That's true. Yeah, that's fair.
The spiral tap.
If we're talking in American wrestling,
the spiral tap.
Spiral tap is not more iconic than the Swanton. Don't convince yourself this. As much as we love AJ, you know it's not. Bro hasn't used that move in like 15 years. Bro said, I am never hitting that ever again.
All right.
All right. Swanton versus the Death Rider. Specifically, the one where he picks you up and drops you directly on your head. Go ahead, Jack.
Yeah, I don't. I've never loved the Death Rider. I know I'm probably going to be the odd one out here, but it just doesn't do all that much for me. I think that Moxley never, like the regular version, the OG, like I guess used to be Dirty Deeds, then the Paradigm Shift. That version is just, it's not very good looking. It doesn't look like it hurts all that much to me. And the Death Rider would be cool if he was able to commit every single time to making it more of a brainbuster or Impaler DDT style. But I feel like a lot of the time Moxley overdoes it and just makes it into a bit of an butterfly suplex style, and that always sort of gets on my nerves. So I'm not going to be taking that. And the Swanton isn't my favorite, but I do think it has aura. It's a good move, and it's very 90s. It's very I like seeing Jeff hit it from top of the ladder and top of the stage and shit like that. So I think I'll pick the Swanton.
The moment you said aura and a smile hit your face, I about lost it, bro. All right, Cooper.
I have said before on the previous show, I do not understand Jeff Hardy and the mass mind control that he had over generations of young men. I will say the Swanton Bomb is a good move. It is, kind of reckless in a way that I like, but also maybe in a way that I don't like too, because you have to question with Jeff sometimes how much of the recklessness is intentional. But the Death Rider, I think, is a really great move for Mox. When he does the full, proper version of it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't really recall a time when I've had a problem with him landing the full, lift up version. I'm not counting the paradigm shift. I think that's whatever. It is. I think at the end of the day, he gets you way on up there and brings you right back down. I don't know what else you want. I mean, this is kind of a damp squib of a matchup to end on. I'm not, the biggest ride or die for either of these, but the Swanton Bomb, it's just a guy, he flips over and then he lands on you. And it's like, okay, cool. The Death Rider at least has like some, I think a good sense of momentum to it, but
we should have ended on the meltdown versus the kill switch.
We should have. We peaked too early, I'm afraid.
This is hard. This is really hard. I'm not like in particularly love with any of these moves either. Like I like both of them a lot, but I can see
you two can break free of the Jeff Hardy mind control, Logan.
I like Jeff Hardy, except for all the times I don't like the Jeff Hardy. But like, I get the aura. There. I got it. I was part of that. I was just at the end of that hive mind there. I was like, I was never like super in love with him, like everybody else was. But I was watching the YouTube clips of his like WWE Championship celebration. I was like, yeah, that guy's pretty cool. I see why my friend likes this guy. But I was never like Jeff Hardy #1. I was like, hey, that CM Punk guy's pretty cool.
Yeah. Being straight edge is cool.
Yeah, straight edge is cool. But like, I like the Death Rider, but I also like don't care for it that much. It's like I like it. He also killed Orange Cassidy with it, which is points against him. I don't know. I'm split. Like, I'm not, but at the same time, I'm like, what move do I think the wrestlers hate taking more is the Swanton. And that's kind of why I'm like, I wanted to go on because you guys hate taking this move. You know what? Screw Noah Phillips. He screwed me from the Steiner screwdriver. I couldn't put that in this bracket, so I'm picking the Death Rider just to piss him off. That one was hard though. I started thinking, I'm definitely picking the Swanton, but then I was like, well,
it really is the exact opposite of the first round matchup, which was also the hardest probably, but for a different reason because both those moves are so good and both of these moves are so mid.
Yeah.
the bottom of the bracket, like this bottom four, like one of these is gonna make it to the Sweet 16, the Kill Switch or the Death Rider, and neither of them are deserving of it. Like,
yeah, dude,
this is awful.
We really were kind of scraping our minds here for the last of them.
I mean, I put in 2 Taker moves and 2 Mizawa moves and didn't even adhere to the rule. We had to. I'm so glad I got to get the Spirit Bomb in, though. I'm happy about that.
Brother, we didn't even get the Star Crusher. We didn't even get, whatever, the Code Red. We didn't get the Canadian Destroyer. We didn't get any of that.
I was going to put in Canadian Destroyer, but I was like, it's so... Again, it's like... Wrestling moves especially go in waves. Sometimes like this is the coolest thing you've ever seen, but then you see everybody do it and it's like, well, this is less cool. And I think like Canadian Destroyer is one of those moves where it's like it's been so overused now that like though it is still a very cool move to me, it loses its shine. It's like the super kick. Like, we don't have Sweet Chin music in here because I've seen everybody do a super kick. It may not be exactly the same, but it's very similar.
Yeah, you could make a whole super kick bracket, quite frankly.
We don't have a classic DDT in here.
Yeah, no Jake Roberts.
Yeah. I mean, there's tons of... we could do this bracket over again with just picks we haven't done next year, and, it'd be completely fine. You could do finishers brackets ad nauseum forever. There's some super-duper shindy guy who's done... I was going to put in Super Dragon's Pile Driver.
The Psycho Driver? Yeah.
Yeah, the Psycho Driver. But I'm like, there's too many Pile Drivers, brother. There's too many. Or or another version of the package, the Marcus Garvey Driver done by shit.
Yeah.
Shane Taylor.
We could have done Lariat Tubman from Trisha Dora.
True. We should just do a best names, like Sweet 16.
Yeah, that's the good one, really.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter what the move is, just matters what the name is. But with that being said, excitingly, we will have part 2 of, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So probably of 6. Because once we get to the Final 4, we're just going to do Final 4 and then pick a champion that same day, you know. But yeah, part 2 of these next 6 weeks where we're doing this bracket. And we'll get back to normal wrestling, probably a shorter week next time because we still have 16 more matchups to pick. Once we get to the Elite 8, it's like, all right, we're flying, you know. But with that being said, we're going to get to that outro. Thank you for listening to this special bracket edition of Strongest Style. If you like us, you can follow us on all your podcast players of choice: Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Deezer, and most importantly, YouTube. All you YouTube listeners out there, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Tell us why the Meltdown is the best finisher of all time, please. We would like to know. And if you are out there and you are watching in India, we really appreciate you more than anybody else. And you should tell all your friends to listen to this podcast. And maybe one day we will get Jinder Mahal on this pod, or the Great Khali, or more likely our boy Aki. If you want to follow social media, you can follow the account at Strongest Style. We are all tweeting off that, mainly Cooper, but I pop in from time to time. And Jack, we haven't given him the login, but we're going.
I'm being
he did say at one point.
Yeah,
he said, "I have an idea."
Next week, I'm bringing a megaphone because they wanting to turn my microphone off.
I'm being honest. I don't even remember what the login is. I gotta go. I probably sent it to Cooper, so Cooper has it somewhere.
Man.
I probably can look up login and find it. But if you want to follow me on social media, you can follow me at @ByLoganHurston. You can follow Jack at AverageDarth. Cooper doesn't have social media. But Cooper, any last words?
If you are an independent wrestler listening to this podcast, I am begging you, pleading with you, please start using the Meltdown and insist that nobody ever kick out of it.
I knew when you said independent wrestler, I'm like, I know where this is going. We will see you guys later for more finishers, AEW Revolution, New Japan Cup, all that jazz, and the weekly. It's going to be a huge episode next week. I'm so excited to talk for 6 hours.
Yep.
Goodbye and good night.